Today I got time, cuz. You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz.
What?
Nigga, what's up? How gangster are you, cuz?
Hey.
I don't fuck with you, cuz you disrespecting me.
Whoop.
I don't fuck with you, cuz you disrespecting me. I go hard, cuz.
Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing good. Happy Monday. Oh my gosh, I haven't been on here in a few days. It's been a long weekend for me. I wasn't feeling too good. I was going to go live Friday, but I did not feel good at all. It was so much going on. So we're going to talk about everything today. I hope you guys are doing good. Hey y'all, so everybody can see me? Yes sir, pretty in pink. All right. So before we get into everything that's going on, all of the drama, all of the craziness, I do want to make a few announcements. So if you're in the Discord, understand that you had until this weekend to upgrade to our new payment system. We're no longer using upgrade chat because it's just caused way too many issues. So we have now moved to WAP, okay? Just like Kendrick Lamar, WAP, fuck them up, K-Dot. Yeah, we moved to WAP. We taking our talents to WAP. So you will not be able to access the Discord if you did not take your talents to WAP with the rest of us. That's where we're WAPing over there, okay? So if you're booted out, contact us, let us know. I will be opening the Discord again for the newbies sometime this week. So if you are interested in getting in the Discord, because it's been shut down for 6 months, I am going to allow new people to come in for the new year. Space is limited, so just, stay tuned for the alert. Once you get the alert, go on ahead and join. And it's still $5. Unlike y'all's president, I'm not raising prices due to tariffs. And, I know a lot of influencers, charge $25 to $50 for their Discord. I told you guys I'm never going to go up on the price. It's still just $5 a month. That's it. Hell, my Discord is cheaper than a thing of eggs, honey. Okay? So, yeah, shout out to me for not, adding tariffs and shit. Okay, so yes, it's still $5. You can't even get none for $5 no more. Netflix done raised prices. Amazon ain't shit. Literally, there's nothing you can get for $5. Y'all remember that song back in that? Did y'all used to sing this back in the day? Me and my friend was singing this earlier. Y'all remember when Tupac came out with that song, the Machiavelli song, and all the kids just be like, big nigga, won't you come with me to McDonald's and Burger King? Supersize them fries, $1.99, 99.99. Were we the only badass kids? Do y'all know that song? Me and my homegirl was singing that earlier. She's like, you remember that song when you could supersize your fries for $1.99? Now the small is like $1.99, honey. Yes, that used to be the... There's not even any more $5 footlongs. Yes. We used to sing that all the time. I don't know why. We was just a badass kid. Like we see somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, big nigga, won't you come with me to McDonald's and Burger King? Yeah. We always remix stuff as kids. I still do that to this day. But, yeah, you can't get nothing for $5 now, child. I went to Subway. I get a veggie sub. And even the veggie sub is $7.99. I'm like, ain't even no meat on here. They're like, yeah, inflation. So everything has gone up, but I am keeping my Discord at $5. So, that's my refuge. That's my place. We have people in there from all backgrounds, all political points of the spectrum. But, we can still have discussions and definitely don't have to agree, but we can agree to disagree. We're all adults in there. So I like my peace. I don't do a bunch of drama in there. So, come in, meet people. You know what I'm saying? It's a family, but just don't come with no chaotic, messy energy because you will get drug up out of there. So I'll let you guys know when we do open it. But yeah, somebody says you love the food remixes. That is so. Look at all the young ones. I've never even heard the Tupac version. Look at all the babies in the chat. They don't even know what the original version was, honey. Well, that was us remixing it back in the day. But so it's been a lot. A lot has gone on in just a few days. Man. When I tell you, it's been very unnerving. It's been very scary just to watch everything that's been playing out. And one of the things I keep seeing, thank you, Rosemarin, let them know it's Hail Mary. One of the things I keep seeing is there's a lot of people fucking around and finding out. Okay, there's a lot of that going around, a lot of finger pointing. This is what y'all voted for. So I've been, in these social media streets. I've been sick in bed, but I've been in these social media streets from TikTok to X to YouTube comment sections. Oh, the divisiveness is strong. Okay. And it's very interesting to see the shock and awe on some people. It's like, well, what did you think was going to happen? He told you what his plans were. But let me also say this, because I know it's very easy to gloat just like the Trumpians did when Joe Biden went into office and people were complaining about old man Joe. And they'd be like, well, you voted for this. You voted for Joe. And of course, the Kamala supporters are saying the same thing to all the Trump supporters who are crying tattooed tears on, TikTok and stuff like that. But y'all know I have no dog in this fight. I don't like either party. I don't like American politics. I like geopolitical stuff. I like to know about politics on a global scale because I think both sides have their issues, right? So I can look at this in a very bipartisan, down the middle way. And I will say this. I think the average Trump voter who voted for Trump, they weren't necessarily MAGA. You have the MAGA cult people. Them is the ones I really don't really fool with y'all like that. Y'all are very cultish. When I started seeing people putting, white, paper towels on their ears and shit, I was like, yeah, y'all are crazy. But there's two different people, right, who voted in this election. You had people who normally always vote Democrat. Because I've had conversations with folks. They normally always vote Democrat, but they were just disappointed by the options. The options were just not up to par for them. So you had a lot of people voting because they really believed they were tired of the same old, and they thought that voting for the other guy would make things better, because one of the things he was running on is, I'm going to make groceries cheap again. Cheaper groceries, cheaper eggs. He was running on that. So, people who are struggling, everybody is. The price of groceries are high. So that piqued a lot of people's interest. Like, wow, he cares. He cares about the regular man and woman. He wants eggs to be cheaper. So, people were voting based on their stomach. People are going through it right now. Benefits are being cut left and right. If you're lucky enough to get food stamps, you better hope that they're not getting hacked. Because that's another thing. I'm going to do a separate video about that. People be waking up, food stamps and cash benefits, gone, hacked, gone. I think there's a deeper conspiracy, but again, we'll talk about that later. So I think you had a lot of casual voters who are not necessarily Republicans, but they thought that they were going to get some type of change. But the problem is they just needed you to, to vote. You had all these Latinos voting for Trump, because again, they're not talking to me. They're not talking to this person. You're not worrying about your neighbor and their situation, or your friend who might be LGBT. Somebody broke it down to us in the Zoom meeting. I had no idea, how the passport not being able to choose a gender is affecting them because they're a truck driver. And this person is transgender. I don't know a whole lot about the transgender community like that. So a lot of times when things don't affect you personally, you don't really understand how it affects somebody else. So for all of us who know that we're man or, male or female, that doesn't really bother us, right? But now imagine if you are transgender and you're a truck driver and your passport says X, you got to get that fixed, or you cannot drive. You can't go to another country now because this is now in law. You have to pick a gender. So now a lot of people who are transgender who just want to be left alone and work are now having to go and change their passports. Well, now it's backed up. You're not going to get your passport in a week. It's going to take months because everybody's running to go change and pick their assigned gender at birth. So a lot of people didn't know that was going to affect them. Yes, somebody said it perfectly in the chat. Jamaican, we do. We lack a lot of empathy in this country. So like I said, I just try to understand all sides. I understand why some people voted the way that they voted because they were tired. And when you think about it, and I'm here in Minnesota, love me some Tim Waltz. Tim Waltz made me even want to be like, okay, cool. She might have a chance now that Tim Waltz is here. Because Tim Waltz, I like him. And he went off recently. We watched the video on Zoom, and I have the video here. He went off when Trump froze all of the federal, benefits for people. People's Social Security money frozen. WIC, EBT, FASA. You had students who couldn't fill out their college stuff. People don't understand how a lot of the things in the federal government affect us. And so Tim Waltz, he went in. He went off. But again, the issue with all of this is that I'm noticing a lot of people are saying, well, where are the Democrats? Why aren't they doing nothing? Why are they not stopping this coup from taking over? Because Elon he might as well be the first lady at this point. I hear his name more than I hear Melania. I'm like, who did we vote him in? Was he running too? I'm confused. Where is he coming? Where did he come from? You're supposed to be a billionaire building Teslas and shit. Why are you over here in USA business? Why do you have your peoples sitting up here, in computer systems, digging in high information security that y'all have no business being in? It's frightening. So, like I said, it's a lot of back and forth. We're going to watch a bunch of different videos. I want to show things on both sides. It's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of things going on right now on social media. But this whole USAID situation is very frightening because now it's coming out that the people who are in there who got access to the computers, they're babies. One just graduated high school. He's 19. I think the oldest is about 27. They're all between the ages of 19 and like 25, 26, 27. And so there's been a lot of drama with that. They've been exposed, and they said Elon is out here blocking people on Twitter, who's exposing them. It's a lot going on. It's very scary. But anyways, I say that to say this. I see a lot of people saying, where are the Democrats? Why are they not doing anything? Why are they allowing this? And I think there's one or two reasons. I think they're not saying anything because they themselves are tired and they feel away. I think they feel away that the American people, quote unquote, turned on them and voted Trump in and voted in a lot of, Republican senators to take over the House, and a lot of them feel away. So I think some of them are being petty and basically low-key, without saying it, letting the American people fuck around and find out. My other theory is they're in on it too. So I think that's why a lot of them are quiet. They feel like, hey, this is what y'all voted for. Y'all figure it out. So it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of ways to slice this. Like I said, we're just here to have discussions. I don't have all the answers. I just make YouTube videos. I'm just, just a mom. I have no answers for anybody. This is just discussion. But, yeah, Scorpio Queen, I really do. Because I've been seeing a lot of people crying, where are the Dems? Why are they not doing anything? I really think a lot of them are just being just as petty. They're letting the people fuck around and find out. Because as much as we clown and we make fun of Sleepy Joe, it was a lot more peaceful when Joe was asleep at the wheel. Now we literally have trade wars getting ready to go down. Now, early today, they're saying that Mexico is willing to wait a month, but Canada was telling their peoples, don't buy nothing American made. And their people were down. They're like, they were booing the Minnesota Wilds. Our hockey team was out there playing against Canada this weekend. They were singing the Star Spangled Banner. Guess what the Canadians do? They got up and booed. I said, well, damn, it's real. Because Minnesotans and Canadians, we love our hockey. They booed us. So, it's real out here. they're saying that they have, you know, if these tariffs go into play, because people don't understand, we also get some of our energy from Canada. Minnesota, a lot of our energy comes from Canada. New York, and I believe Michigan's another one. So if they decide to up the tariff and they can't pay it, no more live streams because we're going to be in the dark. So it's a lot of like really uneasy games being played. I feel like part of it is Trump flexing his muscles, doing a lot of things for shock and awe, doing a lot of things to assert dominance. And I also feel like he's taken a play from Putin's playbook. Yeah. But that's just my opinion. Let me see here. So let's start with yeah, they banned Elon Starlink. Yep, I heard that today. They banned that. So let's start with the plane crashes. When the first when it first hit, it shocked me because I didn't even know what I was looking at. Because I remember I was getting ready for bed when it happened, and it was breaking news when the plane hit in D.C. And I'm just like, I honestly did not know what I was looking at. I'm like, is this AI? Is this like this can't be America, where a Black Hawk is hitting a commercial. Like, I didn't even know what to think when I first seen it. I was just so confused. And then I just was like, let me go to sleep because this can't be real. And then I woke up the next day and it was like, no, what I saw last night was real. And 65 people died because the elite of the elite in the Army, the Marines, the people who fly Black Hawks, these are the best of the best flight people. Like when there's issues overseas, when, they need to go and rescue military people, you send the Black Hawks. Hell, they had a movie, Black Hawk Down. That's how elite they are. So to see a Black Hawk helicopter ram into a commercial airline is extremely frightening. Because as you know, and many people, we fly a lot. And there are a lot of babies on that plane too. Skate teams. But it's also been a lot of weird stuff. I can't lie. This also happened from what I've seen people talk about on TikTok in the 60s. An ice skating team also died in a plane crash. So I'm like, what? So that came back full circle. Then you had Tanya Hardin. I don't know who drug her up. She came out the same day of the crash to announce that she was joining social media. I'm like, what year is this? 1993? Like, what? Who's thinking about Tanya Hardin in 2025? And then they were interviewing Nancy Kerrigan, and I get it because they were Olympians at one point. They were figure skaters. It's just been a lot of weird coincidences, right? And so let's start with that. I want to start with like how Trump responded, which to me I did not like. Very flippant, even when like the reporters were asking him, like, are you going to come down here? And he's like, come down to what? Just what? Look at the water, swim in the water. Very, very flippant. But let me find, hold on, I got a lot of stuff open. Is this the one? Okay, so let's watch this. This was when everything first hit. And he was doing like the press conference. Okay.
In an hour of anguish for our nation, just before 9 p.m. last night, an American Airlines regional jet carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew collided with an Army Black Hawk helicopter carrying 3 military service members over the Potomac River in Washington, D.C., while on final approach to Reagan National Airport. Both aircraft crashed instantly and were immediately submerged into the icy waters of the Potomac. Real tragedy. The massive search and rescue mission was underway throughout the night, leveraging every asset at our disposal. And I have to say, the local, state, federal, military, including the United States Coast Guard in particular, they've done a phenomenal job. So quick, so fast. It was mobilized immediately. The work has now shifted to a recovery mission. Sadly, there are no survivors. This was a dark and excruciating night in our nation's capital and in our nation's history, and a tragedy of terrible proportions. As one nation, we grieve for every precious soul that has been taken from us so suddenly. And we are a country of, really, we are in mourning. This is really shaken a lot of people, including people, very sadly, from other nations who were on the flight. For the family members back in Wichita, Kansas, here in Washington, D.C., and throughout the United States and in Russia, we have a Russia contingent, some very talented people. Unfortunately, were on that plane. Very, very, very sorry about that. Whose loved ones were aboard the passenger jet. We can only begin to imagine the agony that you're all feeling. Nothing worse. On behalf of the First Lady, myself, and 340 million Americans, our hearts are shattered alongside yours, and our prayers are with you now and in the days to come. We'll be working very, very diligently in the days to come. We're here for you to wipe away the tears and to offer you our devotion, our love, and our support. We do not know what led to this crash, but we have some very strong opinions and ideas, and I think we'll probably state those opinions now. Because over the years I've watched as things like this happen, and they say, well, we're always investigating, and then the investigation 3 years later, they announce it. We think we have some pretty good ideas, but we'll find out how this disaster occurred, and we'll ensure that nothing like this ever happens again. The FAA and the NTSB and the U.S. military will be carrying out a systematic and comprehensive investigation. Our new Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, his second day on the job when that happened. It's a rough one. I'm also immediately appointing an acting commissioner to the FAA, Christopher Rocheleau, a 22-year veteran of the agency, highly respected. Christopher, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And my administration will set the highest possible bar for aviation safety. We have to have our smartest people. It doesn't matter what they look like, how they speak, who they are. It matters intellect, talent, the word talent. They have to be talented, naturally talented geniuses. You can't have regular people doing that job. They won't be able to do it. But we'll restore faith.
Okay. All right. Let me come back on the screen, child. Okay. First of all, I don't know if y'all 90s kids remember who Sean Duffy was. Now, y'all know we done had whole conversations about the Real World Road Rules Challenge because I am a child of the 90s. I remember Sean Duffy. Remember, he was the lumberjack from Wisconsin. And then he got with Rachel. Remember, Rachel was wilding back then. She got her belly button pierced on national television. She was scared of Pedro Zamora because he had AIDS. Who remembers the Real World? Put a teacup if you remember Rachel. And then she got with Sean. And they got a bunch of kids now. But I remember their baby. That's who Sean Duffy is. Yes, Elizabeth. That is Sean from the lumberjack from Wisconsin, from the Real World, back when we was babies, honey. That is who he's talking about, is in the position now at the FAA. I said, you can't. I said, what in the reality TV is going on here? Now, I've been known that him and Rachel, that they've been Republican for a while. I've known that for a while because I've seen them on Fox News over the years. I'm like, wow, Rachel, you've changed a lot, bitch. I remember you was getting your belly button pierced and just, sucking, random dick. But okay, ma'am. Now she's prime and prissy and, she's married and she's with her husband. But yeah, that's who's been tapped to lead this. So my issue is this whole thing where he talked about DEI. And I want to set some things straight because I really feel like when I hear DEI, it's just a dog whistle at this point for, black people, people of color, or gays, the folks they don't want in certain positions. Now, I could see if this was like, oh, a job at Target. Yeah, we don't want a lot of DEI people. It doesn't take a lot to work at Target and train somebody in on the register. By the end of the week, you'll get the hang of it. You'll be able to check folks in. Okay, you got it on DEI. Great. This is not the case. I have people in my family who are pilots. I have friends who are in the Air Force. You just don't, wake up one day and you work at the FAA. Even to apply, it's so scrutinized before you can even apply for these government jobs. They're not only checking your background, but your immediate family's background. And you have to be smart. Why does he act like people with like intellectual disabilities are working at the FAA? Like, what are you talking about? Nobody's hiring somebody who's not all the way there to, monitor planes in the sky. They just sit and just make up stuff. This is not the Walmart greeter. Like, Walmart hires a lot of people with intellectual disabilities. They be cool too. Like, oh, I need to see your receipt. Oh, okay, here you go, ma'am. There's a bunch of them at our local Walmart. This is not the case. You're not going to see your local Walmart greeter working a FAA position. Like, what are they talking about DEI? And then it came out that the pilots, 2 of them were white men, and the last one that they just found her body, rest in peace. They're all young. She's a woman. So is that the DEI you're talking about? Because most the people who benefit from DEI are white women, but on regular jobs. But this lady was in the Air Force. Well, she has a military background. I'm not going to say Air Force, but definitely military background. Very astute. There's pictures of her, at the White House with Biden. So these are very intelligent people, very hardworking people. Like to be a pilot takes a lot. You have to have thousands of flight hours. And even then, you have to be of a certain age to fly commercial planes. Because like I told you, my son's friend, I've known him since he was in kindergarten. Since sophomore year, he's been going to flight school. So he hopes by the time he's, 21, he'll be able eventually to fly, commercial. But he's been doing this since he was 16. So nobody, you can't just wake up. You can't even just wake up right now and be like, I want to be a bus driver and drive, buses in Minneapolis. You got to go get licensed. You got to get a CDL license. You got to do drug testing. Your eyes have to be checked, your vision. And it's weeks and weeks of training. That's just to drive a bus. So you mean to tell me, why is he acting like anybody can just apply for this position and get it? That's not the case for this. I need people to use common sense. This is not DEI. This was a very tragic mistake. And it looks like the Black Hawk was at fault. They're saying maybe they had gotten another plane in their, in their sight. They were looking at the wrong plane and they didn't see this plane coming from over here. I don't know. Or could it be a situation where it was possibly, hacked and they weren't able to do anything? Because I would just hate to think that these 3 people who have so much military training, lots of prestige on their belt or whatever, right? That they wouldn't see that coming, or they wouldn't. I feel like something interfered with that. That should have never happened. And I just hate the fact that this is just simply being blamed and brushed on DEI. But you literally just hired Sean Duffy from The Real World. And I'm not saying he doesn't have any other credentials. I'm not saying that because I think he ran for mayor or something. I don't know. He's done a few things in politics. I'm not trying to take away his credentials. But it seems like a lot of y'all's friends are being hired for positions that they don't have a background in. So isn't that in itself a form of DEI? Isn't that your own version of hooking your friend up? I'm just saying. So it's bad when it's DEI, but it's okay when you have all your friends in position. Even the new White House lady, I forget her name, something Levitt. Kristen Levitt, maybe? The blonde, the pretty little blonde, she's 27. How did she get that position? The average 27-year-old, I'm not saying they don't know about, because you have people know about politics, but that's not a position for the average 27-year-old. So how did she get that position? Let's keep it real. Does she really have the background? Does she really have the, the career knowledge to be in that position? Or is it because she's cute and blonde? Caroline, I knew it was someone with a C, child. Caroline. So, I mean, it's very interesting how, like, a lot of the people that they're picking are, friends and, nepotism babies and rich folks. It's like they have their own version of DEI. But they keep trying to say DEI to make it look like it's poor, black, and gay people who are messing stuff up. So I wasn't feeling that. To get that type of job, you have to be smart. You have to have wit about yourself. You have to have 20/20 vision. You have to have good hearing. That is a very, very stressful job. To be in charge of these huge planes in the sky and to make sure that everybody gets from point A to point B safely. Imagine the stress. They're not going to have a Walmart greeter in that position. Like, come on now. Oh, yeah. Corey says he hired Linda McMahon. Exactly. Vince McMahon's wife. So it's like their whole cabinet is filled with their own version of DEI. So let me see here. I got some other videos.
On the left.
Okay, I think this was... Okay, that was recovery efforts. I'm trying to find the video. Okay, here it is. This is the one of the girl talking about how it happened in 1961.
So everybody heard about that American Airlines plane crashing into a Black Hawk. You guys may have heard that there was a skate team that was on board. The fact that all these people died is just heartbreaking, but a lot of people don't know that this same exact event happened back in 1961, which makes me feel like this is definitely like a matrix that we're living in. Some sort of software where it's like the same events just keep happening and happening. History keeps repeating itself. If you haven't seen it, but a Black Hawk crashed into a plane back in 1961, and then I know everyone gets those senses of deja vu, and you feel like you've been somewhere or seen something before. I feel like that deja vu feeling, it's real, and that maybe you have been there before, maybe in a different timeline. They have a bunch of series out like that Netflix show Dark, and the same events keep happening. There's a skate team on board in 1961. That's even makes it more feel like this is some sort of damn matrix. And a lot of people are waking up because, like, what the hell is going on? I mean, drop a comment if you think we're living in the matrix.
All right. So y'all just heard what she said. When I first heard about that, I'm like, that is crazy that the same thing happened way back then with an entire skate team and a plane crash. So, I mean, even what's the Netflix movie we were all watching last year? The one that Obama produced, Leave the World Behind. Remember all those planes started just falling out the sky? So it's very nerve-wracking, all the things that's going on right now with all of these planes. So on top of what happened in D.C., then we had the plane crash in Philly. That's when I wanted to go live, but I just did not feel good. Let's watch some of these videos on the plane crash in Philly here. A lot of people do not believe it was an accident. Hold on. And I mean, on top of that, it's just been a lot of plane incidences. I think that's the scariest part. All right, let's just watch some of these videos, child. Let me pull this one up here. All right. That's crazy. Imagine just driving home and you run into that. A plane just falling out the sky. Let's see what he got to say.
Y'all seen this angle from the Philadelphia plane crash?
That was crazy.
I'm gonna move. Now, I've seen this a few times, but I want y'all to tell me what y'all see, okay? You know where the comment box is. Watch this.
All right. I can't do the soundtrack. Y'all know we don't do soundtracks, so they gonna try and flag my stream. Let's see. See if he talks normal or she.
It was a child who had just been cured of a life-threatening disease when the plane nosedove into a Philadelphia street last night. The little girl's family, who is Mexican, had received a donation to be flown to Shriners Children's Hospital, which is in Philadelphia, to receive treatment for a, quote, life-threatening illness.
I don't know about y'all, but don't y'all find it interesting that it was a Mexican child? And there's all these issues with Mexicans and, you know, DEI and, you know, just all the drama going on right now, that out of all people on that out of all people on the flight, it was people who came from Mexico to get treatment and they were being flown back to Mexico. I just find that so weird. I just do. I find that the irony. Sad. She survives only to die in a plane crash, man.
Completed treatment and had been released from the hospital literally minutes before the crash happened. The staff at Shriner said they had just had a little party for her, like moments before this crash, to celebrate being cured of her illness and being discharged from the hospital and being able to go home to her family in Mexico. The plane, which was ultimately headed to Tijuana, took a nosedive 30 seconds into the flight, killing the little girl, her mom, 2 doctors, a pilot, a co-pilot, and a man on the ground who was sitting in his car. They haven't said what caused the crash yet, but I can't imagine what the family of this little girl is going through. I can't even fathom being diagnosed with this life-threatening illness, beating it, and then dying just literally minutes after, you know, having that weight lifted off your shoulder. Like, that is so sad. It was...
Yeah, like, none of this makes any sense. It's just weird. Do you see 2 faces? What is this?
Guys, this is a screenshot of the plane crash in Philly. And if you look, you see 2 faces that are looking directly at us. How scary is this? Guys.
That do look like 2 faces. Here go the eyes, nose, and the mouth. Huh. Only on TikTok, child. They gonna find all the little conspiracy bits and pieces. We saw that.
Yeah, man.
Okay, this is the one. That is frightening. The way it came down like a mist. And they said it wasn't even up there long. They said literally as soon as the plane took off and got in the air, it crashed a minute later. So I don't know. I don't know if this is stuff that's being done on purpose or what is going on. Let's see here. What else? Here goes some more footage here.
Oh shit, a plane just fucking crashed. Oh shit.
Oh, here go another angle. Damn, look at that fireball.
A plane just crashed on Cotman Avenue, yo. I was right there, bro. What? Yo, somebody oh my God, yo, the world, yo. What the fuck?
Oh shit, a plane just fucking crashed.
When I was on Twitter, it's probably been deleted, but I downloaded it because, you know, they like to delete stuff. It was a lot of raw footage, but there was a man running. He was on fire. He was on flames. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's see what he
We have terrible breaking news as we have more information now about the plane crash that just happened in Philadelphia and the people that were in the plane.
Okay, we know what happened at this point. They said the black box has been recovered.
Black box from the Philadelphia medic plane crash
Okay,
has
so
been
this is the most recent. This was 4 hours ago. So they just got the black box. Let's see what she got to say.
recovered. Investigators Sunday made the announcement that the CVR, or cockpit voice recorder, had been found, and it was found 8 feet below the impact site. There's also an enhanced ground proximity warning system that could contain flight data that they have recovered as well. Both of these items are going to be sent to the NTSB for investigation. The NTSB is the National Transportation Safety Board. If you'll remember, January 31st, a medic jet went down over Philadelphia transporting 6 people. Of that included a young girl who had just finished treatment at Shriners, and her mother were headed back to Mexico. There was also a doctor, a paramedic, and a pilot and co-pilot. The plane was headed to Springfield, Missouri, but unfortunately in Philadelphia is where they had the crash, and that's what we're hoping these voice recorders are going to give us more insight about. Now, a 7th victim did pass from a car crash, and that was due directly to this impact as well. Make sure to favorite this video and hit that follow button so I can...
All right, so it looks like they did find the black box. And for y'all who don't know, the black box is like neon orange. It's not literally black. I don't know why they call it a black box, but it's not black. It's neon orange, so that way it's easier to find. So hopefully there'll be some information on that. But then, if that wasn't crazy enough, let's not forget the situation in Houston that happened. And this was yesterday. So now, it's been about 5 plane situations. So the DC one, of course, was the biggest. You had the plane crash in Philly. Then the Houston one, their engine caught on fire. Then in Chicago, now the Chicago and Minnesota one happened at the same time. A lot of people don't realize this. I found out about the Minnesota one. I posted that on Discord, and the Chicago one at the same time. Chicago, they had like a slight accident on the runway where the wing hit one of those, like the cars that they drive to, like, I guess, move suitcases. They're saying like the plane kind of went off course and hit one of those. And then in Minneapolis, they had to do like an emergency landing. They had to deplane everybody from going, I think they were going to, I don't know if it was Belgium. It was an international flight. Let me see if I can find the story real quick here. They had to ground the plane. Okay, here it is, top story. Okay, I had to return to the Twin Cities because when they were flying, they had a emergency mechanical issue, the flap. So that, I mean, this is scary because a lot of us drive. Let me share this with y'all. So this is the story, and this happened yesterday. Sunday, February 2nd. Delta Airlines flight was forced to return to Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport shortly after taking off to Amsterdam on Sunday evening, following a mechanical issue. Delta Flight 160 landed without incident around 5 p.m. According to the Metropolitan Airport Commission. The landing came after pilots of the Airbus A330, a wide-body aircraft, reported mechanical issues with the aircraft's flap, according to Delta. So that is frightening. And then on top of that, we had the issue in Chicago. So now let me go ahead and show you guys the issue that happened in Houston in case you guys missed it. Where's that at here? Okay, here we go. I wanted to show the one with a bunch of clips. They had one with like a lot of clips that I wanted to show. That is so scary. Okay.
can't take that. You have to leave it.
All right, here it is.
Right here.
Harrowing moments in Houston when a United Airlines flight caught fire just before takeoff.
Please get us out of here.
This video, a passenger shot showing flames coming out of the aircraft's wing. The New York-bound passengers appearing frantic as flight attendants urged calm.
Please remain seated until further.
First responders racing to the scene.
Precaution right now, request fire truck.
United Airlines says that during takeoff, United Flight 1382 received an indication about one engine and halted the takeoff.
So, okay, so just look at all this stuff that's happening. So the one that landed in the Potomac, that was American Airlines. The one in Minneapolis was Delta. This one was United Airlines. So it's like all of the airlines are being affected. Because initially we were like, oh, that's why I don't fly American. That's why I don't fly United. Well, Delta too. Very
Which engine was it? There's engine 2 is our indication. It's right engine.
More than 100 passengers and 5 crew members were on board, United Airlines says, including Daria Amai Shelton.
You know, we had a big popping sound that was loud enough to startle me out of my sleep, and then the plane actually jolted to a stop.
She and fellow passengers seen here sliding to safety.
Seeing the smoke off the wing was really scary, and then seeing the intensity of everyone just trying to get off the plane orderly was a lot.
Passengers left waiting on the runway with the plane before officials say they were bused back to the terminal. The FAA says they will investigate. Tonight, those United Airlines passengers finally in the air after an early morning takeoff scare.
Priscilla joins us now live from George Bush Intercontinental Airport. Priscilla, what are the next steps in this investigation?
Yeah, Hallie, this plane will be taken out of service in order to be inspected and repaired before it can fly again in the hopes that something like this does not happen again. Hallie?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated.
So, yeah, it's a lot of issues that are going on with the planes right now. So, you know, it's scary. It's very scary because a lot of us fly. You know, it's quicker to fly. But yeah, it's a lot of things going on. And thank goodness they were able to spot that and they weren't in the air, you know, because jet fuel can blow just like that. So thank goodness it was not like another situation like what happened in D.C. So I don't know. It's very scary. A lot of people feel like they have, you know, vacations planned. You know, hell, me too. I want to be able to go visit people in the next few weeks. But now I'm just like, damn, I might have to drive. And I hate driving everywhere. So it's very frightening. It's a lot of stuff that's going on right now. And some people are saying, you know, why is this happening? You know, what is the FAA? You know, is it because all these people got fired? And I think that could be part of it. You know, I don't have all the answers, but it could be. Let's go back to Elon Musk's beef with the FAA, because the main director of the FAA, he quit. He quit, I want to say a few days ago, or as soon as Trump got inaugurated, it was something, or when he found out that Elon was going to be taking over one of the departments, he ended up quitting. And a lot of people are like really upset. They didn't, you know, they're saying they're blaming DEI, but they also got rid of a lot of these FAA people who've been there for years. And the reason why Elon Musk wanted to get rid of this guy is because he was actually holding Elon Musk to task. Now, do you guys remember the whole SpaceX nonsense when he, you know, shot his rocket into space? And y'all know how I feel about that anyways. But this was about a year ago. In Texas, he shot his rocket into space, and the rocket basically blew up. Who remembers that? Let me go ahead and play y'all the clip, because this is where their beef stems from. So this was the rocket here. Hold on. Okay, there we go. This was the rocket.
upper chamber pressure is nominal.
Everything after clearing the tower was icing on the cake.
Blew up.
Easter and the Starship vehicle.
Look at Elon. Did y'all see him in that last clip? He was looking salty. Hold on, let me rewind it.
Easter and the Starship vehicle.
So he was extremely salty. So, you know, and he tried to play it off like, oh, I love a good explosion. It doesn't matter. And that's why I say, you know, the whole moon landing was bullshit. But, you know, that's a whole nother video. We have all this technology, but somehow we still have not been back to the moon. He has all this money. He's flown rockets up there, but somehow his rockets just explode. But y'all want me to believe that, you know, Buzz Aldrin and all these people walked on the moon. Okay. Anyways. So with that being said, what a lot of people don't understand that happened, it wasn't just an explosion. I mean, yeah, we all got a good chuckle. It was egg on his face. But that explosion caused a lot of chaos in the Texas airspace. Because think about it. What goes up must come down. So where do you think all that debris, gasoline, bits, pieces, nuts, bolts, they all came raining down? And what happened is that there were planes up there in the sky. There were other planes, people, you know, flying to get home or get to work. And planes were nearly missing the debris that was falling from SpaceX. People don't realize that. So when that happened, the man from the FAA was like, no, we're going to find you. This is not okay. You don't get to just, you know, launch rockets without safety protocols, without us being in the loop. We need to know so we can ground these planes and make sure these planes are nowhere near this. It almost caused a disaster a year ago. So when he got caught out, that's when he started beefing with the man. And I forget his name. I'm gonna pull it up here. Give me just a second. That's why he's getting rid of him. Where's the man at? The FAA chief, Mike Whitaker. So he resigned immediately after Donald Trump was inaugurated on January 20th. And before he left, he was saying the shit's going to hit the fan because he's been in this role for about 20 years. So he ended up resigning. So let me show y'all this. And I hope I'm not boring y'all by talking about all this news stuff, but I don't care. This is just all this stuff I've been researching and putting together over the weekend while I've been in bed. So I just want to share this with y'all so you guys are up to date on what is going on and how this is affecting everybody. Regardless of how you voted, this is affecting everybody, okay? Because we all travel on planes. Mike Whitaker, so this is him here. Let me share my screen. So as soon as Trump got inaugurated, this was on January 31st, he left. He was like, I'm not playing with this administration because him and Elon been beefing for a while. Because Elon wanted to sue him and he had to like go into court and basically break down his issues with Elon because Elon was trying to sue him and the FAA. Let me see if I can find this article here. I got a lot of stuff up, so hold on. Okay, let me find. Okay, so SpaceX will sue the FAA. So we keep receipts. Remember this was 4 months ago. So the explosion happened a year ago. They did a Senate hearing calling out Elon Musk. Elon, who's a narcissist, got upset and then he turned around and wanted to sue them. So this is the video here.
Welcome back to The Exchange. Speaking of regulatory pushback, we've got some news from Elon Musk now and SpaceX. Steve Kovac with the story. Steve, explain.
Hey there, Kelly. Yeah, so Elon Musk just posting on X, rather, that he plans to sue the FAA for overreach. This comes after the FAA earlier today put out a press release saying they're proposing more than $633,000 civil penalty against SpaceX. This is related to some of the communications and licensing plans during some Cape Canaveral launches, it looks like. Again, I would just note, Elon Musk threatens lawsuits and so forth all the time. This doesn't mean there is a lawsuit. It doesn't mean there's going to be a lawsuit. But this is definitely him pushing against, or back against, rather, this regulatory proposal to fine SpaceX. Kelly.
All right, Steve, thank you.
So once again, thinking that he's bigger than the program, he doesn't have to follow the rules. He doesn't need to, he doesn't need to follow safety protocol. He can just launch things into the stratosphere that can affect all of us, and it should just be okay because he's a billionaire. So they were trying to hold him accountable for that. And let me find some of the Senate hearing, because I had it on here. Okay. So this is some of the Senate hearing from 4 months ago. So we're going to watch this real quick here.
Public interest, and that's our primary focus. With the proposed civil penalty, it involved a failure to comply with disclosing, comply with the launch requirements before launching. They launched without a permit. The allegations are that they moved a fuel farm closer to the population and did not do a risk analysis before launching. It's the only tool we have to get compliance on safety matters. I think.
So how about this delay? Are you saying that the delay of Starship is for safety reasons?
The civil penalty matter wasn't delayed. They launched without a permit. The delay of the Starship had to do with SpaceX filing an application and not disclosing that they were in violation of Texas and federal law on some matters, and that's a requirement to get a permit.
So my question though is it a safety issue? Is that why it's being delayed?
I think it is. I think launching these rockets is a safety issue into the NAS, and I think it's a situation that requires the same level of safety management and safety culture that we're working to implement at Boeing needs to also exist with commercial space.
Yeah, I totally agree with.
So do y'all understand what he's saying? And Elon is mad about this because he's holding him accountable and saying, no, this is a safety issue. You're not the only person on Earth. You're not the only person there. You can't just be launching rockets, especially when your rockets are exploding. All the debris and stuff, that fell on somebody's property, somebody's land. That could have fell on somebody's house. They did not have the permits. They did not have the safety protocols. They did not have permission to launch. So that's what he was fighting against. And then Elon wanted to sue him, but now that Elon is literally the vice president, or the commander in chief, they basically forced that man out of his position. So I believe this is what is going on right now with all of these plane issues, is that one, let's also not forget, a lot of these jobs are not easy to obtain. There's not a lot of young people to replace these older people that may need to retire or, whatever. There's not a lot of people in these positions because these positions are not only hard, they're heavily regulated. You're not just going to be a DEI. So these positions are very hard to get, and they're short staffed like everywhere else in America. But this is not one of those things where you want them to be short staffed, because what happens is if we're short staffed, I'm having to do double the work, which means I'm there longer, I'm more tired, I'm more fatigued. This is already a stressful position, making sure that all these planes get from point A to point B, that they don't, mess around and crash in the air. So there's so much on these few people that are in the FAA, who work these positions in the control towers and stuff. It's a lot on their plate. It's a lot of stress. And now they've gone in and basically gotten rid of those people. So I feel like a lot of the things that are supposed to be done, like the checks and the oversights, they're not being done because there's not enough manpower to do it. And things are slipping through the cracks. And unfortunately, there might be more and more issues with these planes in 2025. So just, stay prayed up, child. Scorpion Queen said that's what happened to those air traffic controllers. Yeah, I could imagine they're probably tired and fatigued, and You know, who knows how long they've been working that day. It's a very, very stressful job. That's why I don't understand why they're talking like, you know, this is just like anybody can just walk up and, you know, be like, hey, I need a job. Like, that's not the type of job it is. It's not Walmart. Can't just walk in and fill out an application and be like, yeah, I'm in the control towers, bitch. What up? What? So it's sad that they're spinning that narrative. This is a very, very serious job. And now we're seeing the consequences of those jobs and those positions not being filled by qualified people, because now they have Sean Duffy, who I don't think has any airline expertise. I could be wrong, but I don't think he does. Okay, let me see. Somebody sent it. I'm going to read some of these super chats too. So, Keela sent $10, says the FAA changed qualification testings during Obama to cater to DEI. There's a big lawsuit on the conservative twins post about that 3 days ago, titled AA Tragedy in DC. Good to see you live. Thank you so much. I had to look into that. I don't know about that, but you still got to think about it. Just because it is a DEI, you still have to have the qualification. A lot of times what DEI means is that we want to make sure that qualified Black people and qualified Hispanics or Native Americans who qualify are also getting a chance at those positions. So I know people want to just demonize it and act like, oh, I'm Black, so I got the job. No, you might be Black, but you still need to be qualified. They're just, a lot of times when DEI is put out there, they're saying, okay, we do need to see more Black faces in this position. It's not fair. We do need to have women in this position. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair. If a woman is qualified for that position, she should be allowed to apply. And if she's qualified, she should get the job. That's why it's in place. It's not like just, oh, it's just some Black Yahoo, you know what I'm saying, that's just like, I'm Black, give me the job at the FAA. No, that's not what it is. And if they did lower the testing or the qualifications, then I definitely want to see proof of that. So like I said, I had to do more research. But people also need to understand that even if it is a so-called DEI position or higher, all that meant is to make it more equal, more balanced, not necessarily just to be like, oh, you're going to get the position just because you're Black. Because it just doesn't work that way. You still have to have the qualifications. You still have to have the degree. You still have to have the mental capacity, the eyesight. If I have the degree and I'm white, but I'm blind as a bat, should I still get the job over a DEI hire? No. If I'm Black, you know what I'm saying, and I have the degree, but I can't concentrate and I'm having, mental health breakdowns, should I get the job just because I'm Black? No. Like, there has to be some common sense in place. So, but I'm going to look into that, though. So thank you for the super chat. Because people forget, I noticed there was a lot of white women crying on TikTok. They was crying tattooed tears. They forgot that they were the main ones who were the recipients of DEI. Because a lot of white women got fired over this past week because they were considered DEI hires. So they were on TikTok crying tattooed tears. So again, like we talked about earlier, a lack of empathy. People thinking, well, it's those people, and then, it's on them. Okay, well, Tina, if I'm not making sense, I don't know what you want me. Do you want me to write it out? Like, what is not making sense to you? The DEI part, where I stated that DEI doesn't always mean that somebody's just getting a position because they're Black, that when it comes to certain things, you do have to have the degree and know-how. I don't, what are you not understanding, ma'am? Because if I'm not making sense, we can just move on and talk about bullshit. Because I thought people were understanding what I was saying. I'm just saying. All right, so. Y'all are messy. Okay, well, I'm glad the other people get it. Maybe I need to write it down, but that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is there such thing as DEI? Yes. Are there certain jobs that some people might get because they're the other? Yes. But when it comes to certain real high profile jobs, I refuse to believe that somebody's going to put somebody in a position to sit there and monitor, plane activities and things that could kill us all and just say, oh, you get the position just because you're gay. You get it just because you're black. You have to bring certain things there. Oh, you can't see? You're walking in with a stick? Oh, you get it, DEI. Like, come on, let's use common sense here. Nobody's gonna put a blind man in the towers to, hey, planes, come over here. I'm glad y'all understand, child. Because, at this point, they're reaching. They act like they are literally in there hiring blind people with walking sticks. Like, yeah, I think the plane is going to be coming from the west. Like, they're not doing that. Like, let's stop. Let's stop. We got to use common sense. Now, we're talking about Walmart. Yeah, I can see the man who's kind of off or whatever. They gave him a job. We know he's DI hire. Bless his heart. At least he's willing to work. You got some people who are healthy, got all their faculties, ain't nothing wrong with them, and they don't want to work. So bless the Walmart boy who might be a little bit off, but at least he has a job and he's making an honest living. If he can get that position through DEI, bless his heart. I'm all for it. But let's not act like he can then turn around and apply to work at the FAA. Stop. That's all I'm saying. Y'all know I'm a mess. I done turned my lip gloss into a walking stick. Y'all know I got no chill, honey. All right, so let's see. What else is on my list to talk about here? I want to make sure I hit everything I need to hit on with the whole Elon situation. There's some more, child. Oh, okay. Oh, man, there's a lot going on. I've been out here an hour. Let me cook. I missed 3 days. I've been trying to come live for the past 3 days. I finally feel good enough, so I'm trying to cook right now. But it was some more topics I had on here. I have a lot of little things open I want to hit on here. Let's see. Got that. Got all my little notes. Okay, 10 months. Okay, we'll come back. That's all the celebrity stuff at the end. Okay, so I wanted y'all to watch a video. Okay, this was the one about Elon Musk. They saying he's permanently deleting government agencies. Okay, I want to hit on the whole drama with the USAID. If y'all want to hear that, y'all here for it? Let's talk about it, okay? Let me cook. So we're going to talk about that. So they're saying that it's a lot of drama right now on Twitter. And I'm going to show both parts. I'm going to show, what the MAGA people are saying and what the Democrat people are saying too. So we're going to show all parts. Executive order is trending right now. But it was another one. Hold on. Let me see. I had up. Okay. Oh, yeah. And then I almost forgot about this. The Mexicans. They shut down the 101. I ain't never seen no shit like that. And I lived in LA for years. They were going in yesterday protesting. Let me show y'all this. This was the Mexican community in LA. They came out. They were not playing. They were deep. They literally shut down the 101. I don't know if y'all have seen this, but they literally shut down the 101 yesterday in LA. I ain't never seen it. Has that happened before? I haven't seen anything like it. The 101. A lot of people were very upset. And, again, I get people being mad because you have, folks, ambulances, stuff like that. But people are coming together. People are coming together. Shout out to Danny. We see you. Danny in the chat. So let me go ahead. It was further up. Okay, so we're going to come back to her. That's the one. It was a video. Okay, this is some of it here. Let's go ahead and
AI to access What we have learned is that the IRS, in fact, has been using AI to access bank accounts of American citizens without any kind of a search warrant or even without any specific claim that they have committed a crime. So this was something that was discovered by an undercover journalist, and what they found is that the IRS has claimed that they have access to every single person's bank account. This person also indicated that they've been working with the Department of Justice and that they have absolutely no problem whatsoever going after the little guy to make sure that they are paying their taxes. This is such a blatant violation of the Fourth Amendment that Jim Jordan and I sent a letter to the IRS demanding that they provide additional information about what they are doing with AI and what they are doing to protect the civil rights of American citizens. What we have learned.
All right, so that's coming from Fox News. So, again, take everything with a grain of salt. This is coming from the Caroline lady, so we're going to listen to what she has to say about the USAID.
You're watching live coverage.
Through USAID over the past several years, these are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either, and that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to do, to get the fraud, waste, and abuse out of our federal government. Thank you, guys.
My issue is, what are his credentials to do that? That is my issue. Because they have tasked this man with doing something that nobody elected him to be in that position outside of Trump. So let's go ahead and listen to this one.
Elon Musk has been floating all sorts of awful, terrible conspiracy theories about what happens at USAID. Let's make it very clear that every single day, America is safer because of what happens at USAID. USAID fights terrorist groups all across this world, making sure that we address the underlying causes for a retreat to terrorism. USAID chases China all around the world, making sure that China doesn't monopolize contracts for critical minerals and port infrastructure all around the world. It supports freedom fighters everywhere in this world. Up until yesterday, delivering firewood, for instance, to the brave Ukrainian defenders on the Eastern Front. But let's not pull any punches about why this is happening. Elon Musk makes billions of dollars based off of his business with China. And China is cheering at this action today.
All right, honey. So it's getting real. It's getting real out here. I'm going to show y'all another video because they said Elon had a meltdown earlier today on Twitter because they have released the names of the guys that he hired for this position to go into the U.S. I'm so bad with acronyms. But to go into that particular position. So those were the guys that are saying that they're really young, like 19, like there's a 24-year-old, a 27-year-old, and they have basically hacked into the system. They bought their hard drives. And so now they have access to everybody's like social security informations, addresses, anybody who is deemed as an enemy of like Elon or Trump. They now have access to their info. So it is getting crazy. The world is definitely a stage. So I'm going to go ahead and play some of this video here. Give me just a second. Okay. I'm going to start from from the beginning.
Him as much as I want, so that's exactly what we're about to do. All that I ask is that you drop a like, make sure you subscribe,
And this is the way to go. You want to surgically target the people around Trump to inflict max pain on them. In the same way that when we sanction Russia, it's to hurt the oligarchs around Putin, this dude, or the Ontario Premier Doug Ford, wants to inflict max pain on Elon Musk, who is Trump's biggest donor, one of his largest allies, and who is currently dismantling the global order that has benefited America, Canada, and Mexico thus far, and dismantling the domestic institutions that help Americans on a day-to-day basis. Ford also declared a ban on all American companies from provincial contracts until the tariffs are removed. Quote, "We'll be ripping up the province's contract with Starlink. Ontario won't do business with people hell-bent on destroying our economy," Ford said. That is the way to go. And on to the main story of the day. So Elon Musk banned a few people on Twitter. And
so Adam is about to break you down. I love me some Adam, honey. Adam be keeping it real. So he's going to break down the drama that went on earlier today with Elon basically silencing people who are blasting him and the new people that he hired for this position at the USAID.
In the middle of the night for trying to talk about this, for trying to expose the names of the people involved, even though it's all public data. You know, it's kind of ironic. Elon Musk can get into the private data of civil servants, but when we try to expose something that is public, he calls it illegal. So let's just start here. The House Foreign Affairs Committee posted last night, Doge's attempt to bulldoze its way into classified systems is part of a broader agenda to dismantle U.S. foreign aid and soft power. Broligarchs don't get an all-access pass to America's most sensitive info. Our security and global leadership are not for sale. And this is because Doge officials began showing up, demanding entry in the middle of the night, getting access to sensitive documents, and somebody then proceeded to expose the names of the young dudes involved. Elon Musk has taken 19 to 22-year-olds from his other companies, given them mattresses in certain agencies, and now they're spending all day and all night getting into our personal data, the personal data of...
So again, let me switch my screen. I'm on the wrong screen. Hold on. This is the one I need. Sorry. Again, the problem is, now you guys know Elon will basically block anybody on Twitter who doesn't agree with him. So he's saying here that you've committed a crime, and he ends up blocking these people for exposing the names of the people that he hired, which is very interesting because, like I've said before, and a lot of the MAGA people found out when they all got into it about the whole, what was that, with the immigrants who were coming in for tech, when him and Vivek, when they had that whole drama on Twitter, and he started silencing his own supporters. So again, this is not really a free speech platform. It's only free speech if you agree wholeheartedly with Elon.
Civil servants, and Elon Musk then bans the person. When it says this post violated the X rules, that means he banned the account. And Elon Musk says, "You have committed a crime." I'm sorry, but this dude may be the biggest gaslighter I've ever seen. Elon Musk tweets like 200 times a day, and I am not over-exaggerating when I say that he is gaslighting the American people in every single post. He'll lie about DEI, he'll then lie about FEMA, he'll then lie about USAID, all so shamelessly that it's hard for Republicans or people who are just casual observers of politics to figure out what's correct and what's not, because it's just a fire hose of lies. So Elon Musk began banning accounts, and he said, "You have committed a crime." Well, the thing is, we have access to the broader story that this person, the banned person, was trying to cover, and I want to break it down right now because it's quite terrifying. Yesterday, we got an article titled, "The Young, Inexperienced Engineers Aiding Elon Musk's Government Takeover." Engineers between 19 and 24, most linked to Musk's companies, are playing a key role as he seizes control of federal infrastructure. This is a hostile takeover. It is a literal coup being executed by the richest man in the world as he gains access to our sensitive info, the sensitive information of civil servants. And just as a side note, Democrats need to be screaming this from the rooftops. They need to be holding daily pressers. They need to be making TikToks about it, making memes about it. Whatever they have to do to get the word out, they need to be doing that. Republicans would be doing it if the roles were reversed. Democrats, lately, are just uniquely absent or uniquely weak messengers.
And what did I say at the beginning of this stream? They're not talking about it because I feel like a lot of them feel away. And they want folks to fuck around and find out. And my other thought is, or else they're also involved. I don't know. But they're being very quiet for a reason. I think a lot of them are upset. They're in their feelings. And they're just like, well, this is what y'all voted for. So, but yeah, he was saying some truth. I really like how he broke that down. So these guys that are aiding Elon are teenagers. Well, one is at least a teenager. He had just graduated high school. And the other ones are in their very early 20s. I think the last one on the list was like around 27. But these are really young people who don't have the experience. And that is scary that now they have access to all this data. You know, data that could affect so many people. And again, it's like we don't even know what to believe because you have the press secretary saying one thing, you know, Fox News saying one thing, and then you have other people saying another. So that's why I'm showing y'all both sides. I'm showing y'all both sides. So it's just frightening because at the end of the day, this is someone who was not elected. And how do you get into those positions? Like if this is not DEI, I don't know what is. Just because you're a billionaire and you have money, it doesn't make you a politically savvy person. Just like with Bill Gates, he's a billionaire, but he's not a doctor. Yet and still, he's allowed to make these vaccines and, you know, do all this stuff in medical research. This man he never went to school to go get a doctorate degree, to become a doctor. So it's almost like as long as you have money, that just trumps everything else. That's very apparent. Because if this was just a regular person, you know, we would all love a nice, comfy government job. That doesn't mean that we're qualified to go and apply and go get it. I mean, imagine me just coming in and be like, hey, I too want to work at the FAA or the USAID. They'd laugh me out of the office. You want to work here? Well, what qualifies you to work here? You can have all types of hopes and dreams and goals. That does not mean that you're qualified for the position. So it's very interesting that Elon and his little cohorts, they're now in positions that took other people 20 years to work their way up the ladder to hold. So, yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Then we got over 10,000 people in here. I didn't even realize that. Well, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for watching me. Please make sure you hit the like button because we only got 3,000 likes, but we got 10,000 people watching. Please hit the like button, y'all. Let me read some of these super chats here. Davi sent $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Ross sent $4.99 says, hey, Auntie, do you think the plane crashes are the start of cyber warfare? I remember you saying the next war won't be fought on the land. Yes, I believe that this could play into cyber warfare because the Black Hawk situation is very unnerving. I refuse to believe that people who fly Black Hawks could make an error like that. I feel like maybe something may have happened with their planes, maybe could have been hacked because so many things are being moved to AI. And while we're in this whole race for AI and DeepSeek and, Chat GPT, we also have to be thinking, well, what happens if these systems get hacked and you're not able to control your plane or you're not able to control your car? So it's very frightening. I mean, we've even seen it on, I saw a video on Instagram. Somebody was stuck in their Tesla. They couldn't get out. And I saw some comments saying that there's like some type of emergency latch and, this person's stupid. They didn't read their handbook. Well, most people don't read their handbook. Hell, I still got my handbook in my Lexus. I never read it. Most people just don't. Let's just keep it real. Just like how people just hit agree. They don't read all that shit. They just agree and join, right? So the average person is not going to read their handbook. That doesn't mean that they deserve to be stuck in their car. I mean, thank goodness he was able to, call somebody and they broke the window and got him out. But that's frightening to be stuck in your car. So imagine somebody hacks your car and does something where, not only you stuck, they blow it up. So I do think that this could be the precursor, for some type of cyber warfare, because like I've always said, over the past, 6-7 years, we're not going to be fighting the war like the old folks did, like in Vietnam and, the desert Gulf and stuff like that, those wars, everything's going to be fought in cyberspace. The new war is going to be who has access to the things that we need. Look at what's going on right now with these potential trade wars. People don't realize how much of our stuff is not made here in America. Even our pharmaceuticals. We had a conversation about this in Discord the other day. A lot of us are not able to get our medicine because right now there's nobody at the warehouses to unload and see what's in there. So a lot of medications are behind. They're not getting to the pharmacies on time. But what people also don't realize is that a lot of our medicine is also made overseas in China. A lot of our foods, vegetables, and things like that out there in Canada, out there in Mexico. Even the stuff that we are growing here, we have nobody to pick it. So now we have food rotting in California. So all these people crying about, these immigrants and these Mexicans and whoever else took our jobs. Well, where's the rush of people to go and fill these jobs? Because right now these farmers are crying. Are they wrong to hire undocumented people? Whatever. What's done is done. But now how do we resolve that? Where are the people who are documented to go take those positions? Oh, you don't want it because it's backbreaking labor? Oh, okay. The grocery stores are getting more and more empty. So, and it's very interesting. I heard Trump say the other day that it's going to be the next, with this tariff, it's going to be uncomfortable for a while. Uncomfortable for who? You're rich. You don't have to go grocery shopping. Whatever you want is there. It's cooked for you. It's not uncomfortable for Elon. So I think we've gotten in a position, and I saw this, people have been writing it on comment sections, where they said that we allowed billionaires and millionaires to make y'all feel like the real problem is the people making like $7.25 an hour. So yeah, I think the warfare is going to be definitely digital. It's going to be who controls the food supply, who controls the weather. There's going to be a lot of digital warfare. It's not just necessarily guns and missiles and rockets. Because tariffs have if you want to make them big enough, they have the power to bankrupt a country. That in itself is a declaration of war. So, hence why Venezuela, they changed their mind real quick and went and picked up their people. So, thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. JTV video says, "Hey T, I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Thank you for the super chat." Love Some Lotta Sen 5 says, "Girl, we've been waiting on you. Thank you for being amazing." Thank you so much. I appreciate you. LZ Headful says, "Happy Monday. I'm nursing my sleeping sick toddler. No school today. I'm making him a custom sweatshirt for school. LOL. I'm about to sip that tea." That's what's up. I hope he starts feeling better. Rose Marin Sim 499 says, "Hey T, I'm glad you're feeling better. Can I throw a wrench at people, please?" Let me go ahead and make you a mod. Give me just a second. All right, there you go, Rose. Enjoy. But don't silence people. We don't do that. Don't silence people. Don't boot them out of here just because they have a difference of opinion. We don't care. Let them come and say what they want to say. Monique says, "Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm in bed sick. You always make my days brighter. Thank you. You're so welcome." It's a lot of people sick. I hope you feel better. I heard it's like bird flu, Zika virus. It's a lot of people sick out here. So definitely take care of yourself. Nina Sim 499 says, T, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a trend on TikTok called leaving MAGA. Oh, wow. I've been seeing different people, you know, crying tattooed tears, but I didn't know that there was an official trend. Let me see. Oh. Regrets everywhere. Y'all want to watch one of the videos? Let's see. We're going to watch one real quick. Let's see what they're talking about.
All I can say, I was a dumbass, voted for Trump only because of my beliefs. People around me encouraged it. I can think for myself, yes. But I felt at the time that was the better choice. Now I'm looking at it with everything going on. It was the worst decision I ever made. I wanted not to vote. But people said you won't be able to have a say in anything if you don't vote. I totally regret this. I shouldn't have voted at all.
Hey, I heard we're leaving Mega. Let's go. Come on. So leaving Mega is trending right now. That's cool, but why were you ever in Mega in the first place? And then there's this idea that bad shit had to happen to you in order for you to care about us. That's not really the business. At the end of the day, though, I'm happy you're leaving Mega, because we all come to our realizations when we come.
He got music
To me,
in the background.
people who voted for Trump and are now like leaving MAGA when he's literally doing everything he said he was going to do gives me the same vibes as like someone who was dating a complete narcissist and everyone was telling them, their friends, everyone, and they weren't listening. And then one day they were like, oh my God, he is just like so fucked up. I can't even believe it. I don't even know where it came from. It's like, do you have ears? I guess not. To me, people who voted for...
Okay. Well, that's an interesting hashtag. I'm gonna have to look more into that. You know, like we talked about earlier in the stream, you know, at the end of the day, there's two sets of voters that voted for, you know, Trump. I said that earlier. You had some that are diehard, you know, MAGA, you can't tell them anything, they're part of the cult. And you had people who were really torn and they felt like the choice was not choicing for them. So again, I wish they had put out a stronger Democratic candidate to go against Trump because a lot of people were just now for Kamala. And that's just the truth of the matter. So, yeah, it's very interesting. A lot of tattooed tears on TikTok. Let's see here. Kayla Babs says they want the prisoners to do immigrant jobs for free, follow the money, firefighters, and picking fruit. The new slavery. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I mean, they already have a lot of prisoners already making clothing, making furniture, and things like that. So, yeah, they may end up doing that if they don't have, you know, enough people wanting to work picking fruit. So, yeah. Food Goddess says electricity from Canada is exported to 30 states. Okay, well, thank you for the update. I didn't know all the states. All I know is my state, child. I live in Minnesota. And I know that we could be very much affected by the whole electricity situation because we definitely get a lot of our power from Canada. So, we're in some interesting times. We really are. Careful Calypso sent 999 says, hey, lovely T, love you for always remaining unbiased. Much love from Wisconsin. Shout out to my Midwest sis. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love and support. TJ says, they took my senior mother's food stamps after getting $64 over her pension and Social Security. All her money goes to mortgage and utilities. Wow. That's another thing we need to start talking about as young people. I ran across this older lady's video. She's like in her 60s, late 60s, an older black woman, and she was keeping it real. And she was saying one thing that people don't talk about enough is there's nothing worse than when you're older and you have no money coming in and, you know, you had to depend on your $1,000, maybe $2,000 Social Security check and hope that makes enough for you to get through the month. And by the time a lot of us get older, in our 60s and up, I don't think there will even be any Social Security, to be honest with you. Young people, especially right now, if you are in your mid-20s, 30s, even 40s, you really need to start thinking about putting things away for retirement. IRAs, savings accounts, if you can't, match the IRA every year. There's also, for people who make decent money, SEF IRAs. But you want to make sure that you have something to retire on. Because the way everything is looking, child, I don't think it's going to be there for a lot of us. So while, a lot of people have this YOLO mentality, you only live once, go out and buy that Lamborghini or just whatever people spend their money on. Before you buy those big purchase ticket items, make sure you at least have a good chunk of savings in a retirement account, IRA, stuff like that. I know some people have 401ks. Yep, CDs are another way. Treasury bonds, stocks. So you got to really start thinking about that because it's very difficult. And especially with the generation under us, like Gen Z, they're struggling right now. Gen Z is not going to be able to take care of the millennials and Gen X. They can barely afford to take care of themselves. TJ saying this. He has a senior mother on food stamps getting $64 over her pension. So it is real out here. People are really struggling. So while you have it, that should be something that should be pushed. I know it's not sexy to talk about. The sexy thing is to, look at my new whip. Look at my new clothes and my jewelry and my ice and all that. You can't eat your ice when you're 67. The clothes are going to be outdated and out of style by the time you're in your 60s. The Lambo, if it even lasts that long. The real flex is them old people who got money, who live in two areas. In the winter time, they're down in Florida vacationing or in Hawaii for 6 months. And then the other 6 months, when it's warm up north, that's where they're at. That's a real flex. Definitely enjoy your youth. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your youth. Do you. But just remember to put stuff aside for a rainy day. Because there's a lot of old people out here who are really struggling. And that Social Security money is not money in. And a lot of us are having to help our parents and our adult relatives. And it is not easy. So, yeah. Let me see here. DB Will, hey Donald. He sent $20, says, we are being slept, walked into a coup. Now that Musk has access to the federal payment system, that includes tax return payments, Social Security, veterans, etc. Yeah. And it's literally being ran by people who are young enough to be our kids. Because when I seen the ages, I was blown away. There's no reason for a 19-year-old or anybody in their early 20s to have that type of access to that type of information, to that type of power. That is insane. So yeah, definitely something is going on. I know a lot of people are saying that that he needs to get rid of taxes and, that would help, and everybody's looking at it like a positive. But taxes do as much, and I hate to pay taxes, but you got to pay them, right? You got to pay to play. But they do go to help things. They do go to fund things, social service payments for people, fixing the roads, hospitals, stuff like that. I feel like the main reason why they want to get rid of taxes is they don't want to pay. They want to be able to keep all their money. again, not thinking about everybody else. So, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Dexter Davis, he gifted a free membership to somebody. So if somebody wants to join the membership, thank you so much, Dexter. Appreciate you. Wavy Tay sent $19.99. Says, hey, Auntie, it's your favorite soldier checking in. The plane crashes are not sitting with me. I remember reading a book that talks about the deep state hacking airplane systems and causing crashes. Y'all be safe and pray. Wow. I'm going to need to check that book out. If you can, write the name of the book. That's interesting. Like I said, it's a lot of predictive programming. You know, even George Orwell's 1984, it's like a lot of this stuff is coming to pass, you know. Like we were just talking about earlier, Leave the World Behind. You know, all of these movies. And then you're seeing this stuff happening. It's very frightening. A lot of predictive programming. Okay, let me see here. Shelby says, I've been looking for you all week with all these crashes. Yes, that's why I was like, I had to go live today. I was like, I got to go live. We got to talk about this. Mastermind says, look up the Gettysburg ship. They are messing with our communication. The ship shot down by their own Navy plane. Oh, I didn't hear about that at all. Let me look that up. I didn't hear about that. Let me see if it comes up. Was this in 2024 or was this recently? Because it looks like it's the stuff I'm seeing is coming up from like last year. But let me do a Google search and see. Okay, Gettysburg ship. A guided missile cruiser in the United Navies is named after the Battle of Gettysburg. Foreign history. I'm gonna have to look more into it. I thought it was like something that happened like this week or something. I'm gonna look more into it because I'm not really seeing what you're talking about, but I'm gonna have to dig more into it. But thank you for that information. I'm gonna copy and paste that in my notes here. Okay, I have it in my notes, so I'm gonna look more into it. Okay, A. Scott says, T, I'm a silent tea sipper, and I wanted to say congratulations on your 1 million plus followers. And my fiance, Chima, and I love your videos. That is awesome. Congratulations on your upcoming wedding. Super happy for you guys, and thank you guys for supporting me. Appreciate you. It's always nice just getting good news. Even with all the craziness going on in the world, people are still going to be getting married. Babies are still going to be born. So we always still got to look at like the positive stuff that's going on in life as well. Let's see here. C. Cavalli sent $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Mushu Willow says there's less requirements for being the president. Ooh wee. You ain't lied, child. Let's see. Melanin Queen sent $9.99. Says the fact that this mofo fired hundreds of representatives from the FAA to install Sean Duffy is diabolical. All the installments of loyalists and not people who have the best interest at heart. I agree. And that's why I don't understand like all this talk of diversity, DEI. It just like y'all are running y'all's own DEI at this point. You guys are picking your own friends and the people who are on your team who are not going to question you, who are not going to hold you accountable. That's, all these people. Even Caroline Kennedy. I said, where they dig her up at? Because I don't ever see her. I haven't seen her in years. She came out was talking against RFK. I mean, y'all done got Caroline Kennedy out here. I don't know if y'all watched her speech the other day, but she went in. She kept it real, she was respectful, but she went in. She was like, yeah, that's my cousin. And, really called him out. I ain't seen her, I'm talking about in years. I said, damn, they done dug out Caroline Kennedy. You know it's bad. But she's tired of her cousin. Said he doing too much. Even called her cousin a predator. I said, damn. So, it's real, child. H. Dennis Santan says, keep going at his supporters, T. I'm glad you haven't accepted the bag from the right-wing propagandist. Yeah, I don't get a bag from anybody. That's why I didn't understand why people were so mad that I wasn't on one side or another. Ain't nobody paying me. Kamala didn't call my phone and, say, hey, we want to pay you to come and be at our inauguration. She didn't cut me a check, and neither did he. So it's like, I don't have to sit here and support either or push, either political party. No, I want to be in the middle. I don't want a bag from any of these people, left ring, white ring, because I think there's bullshit on both sides. No, I want to do me. And I want to look at all parts and be informed on everything that's going on with everybody. Because I don't trust nobody at this point. When you got airplanes being hit and babies who should have been home in their bed, winding up in the Potomac, something is amiss. The system is messed up all the way around, in my personal opinion. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a mess. That's why I said it would have been if they really wanted to win this election, they needed somebody stronger. And that's just the truth of the matter. Because a lot of the people who voted, they voted out of frustration. But unfortunately, their frustration is about to be mounted. It really is. Thank you, Imani. We say that all the time on this channel. It's not a left versus right. It is a class issue first and foremost. Class. Somebody said it's $4.50 in West Texas, for eggs. Wow. Yeah, it's $6 up here. $6. Okay, let me see here. Misty Blue sent $20, says Trump is trying to revoke birthright citizenship for Native Americans, pulling funds for Indian health and stripping the EPA regulations, allowing mining, pollution, and steals on our land and mineral rights, and keeps casinos tax-free. He's taken us back 200 years. Wow. Hey, Misty, thank you for checking in, sis. Good seeing you. I didn't know that he was doing that. I did hear that they were harassing some Native Americans and wanting their papers. So I did hear about that, but I didn't know about all this other stuff. Wow. I'm going to have to look more into that. Let me go ahead and copy and paste that. So thank you for informing us, because I like to know what's going on with all my people's child. From the black folks to the natives to the Latinos, white people too. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what's going on with everybody. Okay, I have it here, so I'm going to look more into that. So thank you so much, Misty, for that. Lottie says, Kobe's plane crashed January 26th in Philadelphia, and the Philadelphia plane on January 31st. I don't know, just a coincidence. That's interesting. Yeah, it's been quite a few years since his plane crashed. AT says, did you hear about the Black American lady who is in Pakistan? She's been there since October and refusing to leave. Yes. And I've been wanting to do a video about her. She has some issues. Her son came out not too long ago and said that she has some mental health issues. She needs to be treading lightly before they throw her in a Pakistani jail and threaten to, whoop her ass or something. She's doing too much. Let me see if I can find the video. And the thing is, with that whole situation, for y'all who don't know, she is a trip. She went running behind a teenager. So she catfished this young 19-year-old Pakistani boy. She's a Muslim. So she done catfished him, sent him pictures. And so, initially the parents were like, okay, it's an American. I don't know if they knew she was black. I'm not sure. I'm assuming they knew she was black, but they thought she was a lot younger. So she done pulled up to Pakistan for her little young, her little young thing. And they opened the door and this woman is grown. It well into her 40s. So the parents were like, absolutely not. You're not marrying our boy. And now she refuses to leave Pakistan. She says she came for her young peen and she's not going back until, no, she didn't say that. But she said she ain't going back to America. They've been trying to deport her back to New York and she's refusing to go. This lady is insane. He is 19 years old. And the parents are having to hide him. Let's see if this, I don't know if this will be in English. We can watch it though. They've been trying to get her to move around. She's in Karachi. Out there acting a plum fool. And I don't like the fact that she is also rude.
My demand today.
She has like that nasty, telling people to shut up and you can't question me. Like she's bringing that stereotypical, sassy black woman. I hate the fact that she's doing that on a global scale. You're not even in the position to even be having that type of disposition in these people's country, first and foremost. So I don't even like the fact that she's bringing that energy, you know what I mean? Because it just looks like that's how all black women behave, even ones with the hijab on, and that's not true. So let me go ahead and play y'all this video. This is her.
My demand today is to put on a newspaper that y'all gonna give us money tomorrow or by the ending of this week. We need 50K.
Damn, they got music on here. Let me see.
आवाज या कोई शख्स ऐसी हरकत करेगा और अगर भाई तुमने बुलाया है ये तो 19 साल नौजवान है.
Child, Pakistan, y'all are doing too much. Y'all got music and Pakistani going at the same time. My ears. Let me see.
My demand today is to put on a.
Surprisingly, a lot of the people in Pakistan are actually taking her side.
Okay, this person is speaking English. We're gonna watch this person, child. Because I'm not doing the Pakistani banjo and then the Pakistani language. I don't understand the language. No disrespect. I just don't like a lot of noise. Y'all know my ears are sensitive. I don't want to hear a bunch of noise. You gotta make sense. All right, let's listen to what he's talking
about. My demand today is to put on a newspaper that y'all gonna give us money tomorrow or by the ending of this week. We need 50K.
Even tried to help by relocating him, but the donut went full FBI, tracked him down and camped outside his house. Now she's refusing to leave Pakistan, demanding money from the Pakistani government and holding press conferences like she's about to rewrite their culture.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Here, please come here. Come.
Please sit down. Be quiet. I'm not sitting down.
Okay, please have a seat.
My plan is to reconstruct.
You hear how rude she is? She's telling the people, these are like high officials. telling them to be quiet. I'm not sitting down. She's doing a bit too much. You better watch out because a lot of women in Pakistan don't have these freedoms and shit that you enjoy here in America. So you better watch out for they mess around and throw you in a Pakistani prison while you being an attention whore on the world stage.
This whole country, okay? I'm asking for 100K or more. I need 20K by this week, okay? In my pockets, in cash, okay? That's a demand to the government. The government is gonna fix up these buildings, fix up the streets, and clean up these streets. It's ridiculous out here. I do not like it, okay? Lock him up. Right now, I'm going to mind my business. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Clear the way.
Okay.
I don't live here. I'm chilling.
You chilling here? Why are you not taking your flight?
It's none of your business. Now go home.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर अभी थोड़ी देर पहले जब हमने देखा कि इस खातून अमेरिकी खातून को आप करना चाहती हैं लिहाजा इनको यही छोड़ दें.
Now, a lot of people, including me, first saw this and the way she's talking to the people there and thought this woman's about to learn what it means to fuck around and find out, because you can't play these games in these types of countries. They tend to be a lot less tolerant of women and bullshit, but surprisingly, a lot of the people in Pakistan are actually taking her side, and you've even got some men that want to marry her.
मैं तस्वीर नहीं कर सकता था कि कराची के हवाले से इस किस्म की कोई आवाज या कोई शख्स ऐसी हरकत करेगा और अगर भाई तुमने बुलाया है
Chad, I'm gonna have to ask Madia to translate because I don't know what he's saying. Let's see. What is up with the Pakistani banjo music?
ये माँ की तो क्या देगी वो खुद पैसे मांग रही है.
We need 50K.
This feels like a real life satire. Imagine if she actually gets paid and some dumb simp decides to marry her. You never know, it might inspire a whole wave of delusional Western women to book flights to Pakistan. What a shame that would be.
Someone in the comments says that you're worth $350 million.
Not exactly that one, but yeah.
Somewhere around that.
One day later.
Earning 7 or 8 figures. You can be 4 foot with a pecker and they'll still want you, a lot of them.
No, we was really in a relationship.
Like you guys would see each other in real life?
Yes.
Okay.
Then he moved, over there where he's at now.
Where is that?
In Connecticut, overseas.
Okay. Overseas in Connecticut.
That's what he said, he moved to Connecticut.
Okay.
Personally, I was like, okay, we can try to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
Then I thought about it, I was like, I don't want to do a lot.
Okay, y'all get the hint. The lady has issues. She's doing the most. She won't leave Pakistan. I don't know, y'all. Do we all need to pull up in Pakistan? Find us some Pakistani husbands? You can't make this up. I've heard of passport bros. I never heard of passport puss. Like, damn, sis, is it that serious? You couldn't find a assalamu alaikum, you know what I'm saying? Little sexy something here? That's Muslim and willing to marry you. You have to go all the way to Pakistan on some passport push shit. Oh my God, she is the female version of the passport bros. But she gonna mess around and find out. She is. She better quit playing with them damn people and talking to people crazy. But yeah, they've been asking her for the past few weeks to leave, and she refuses to leave. She says she is not leaving without money in her pocket, land, and her husband. She said she didn't come all the way to Pakistan to get played. That is so funny. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. Berserker sent $9.99 says, I live in NYC and I never traveled further than New Jersey. Never been on a plane, but this makes me scared to travel. There's been 4 plane crashes in 1 week. Also love you, T. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a lot going on, but just hang in there. Stay prayed up. That's all we can do. You don't want to live in fear constantly. Let's see here. N Potato sent $20. Says, I feel like the DEI comment was said to divide us. I feel like it isn't about left versus right. It's about rich versus poor, and always was. They are deflecting blame from leadership by making an argument against ourselves, sadly. Love you. I definitely agree with everything you said. Definitely agree. You got a bunch of billionaires playing puppet master and basically making the populace who don't make what they make, and got them pointing their fingers at each other and at people literally who are even poorer than they are. So it is sad. It's a lot of games being played. Okay, so how long I've been on here for 2 hours. Okay, so let me get on these last two topics here. We've talked enough about the whole plane situation, DEI. So yesterday was the Grammys. So shout out to Kendrick Lamar. K-Dot, he did the damn thing. I know. I know Drake was somewhere pissed off. They're saying that K-Dot wore a Canadian tuxedo. And what that means is when you wear an all blue jean outfit is a Canadian tuxedo. And that is where that's what he wore to the Grammys. He won what? I think 4. Was it 4 or 5 Grammys? He won 5. He won 5 Grammys yesterday. Let me show y'all his outfit here. This is the Canadian tuxedo. I said Kendrick ain't got no chill with the hat and everything. It was just funny to watch, like how when his son came on, how Blue Ivy was singing to it and Taylor Swift. I thought that was funny. So it's a lot of people talking about the whole Grammy situation. Let me see if I can find the video of Blue Ivy. I thought this was cute. Beyonce finally won Album of the Year. And Blue Ivy is acting like the parent. She's like, go on up there, Mom. So I thought this video was cute. They turned it into a GIF. Beyonce was really legit shocked. She was like really, really shocked. So this is the video of Blue Ivy telling her to get up. And it's so funny to see like how grown Blue Ivy is now. I'm just like, wow, it's crazy. It's like she's a little grown woman. I'm trying to find. This is her right here doing her mom's hair. I just love their relationship.
Very honored.
To take this
Happy
as
that
well.
my daughter got to see that.
You know, it was great that she was there with you and you took her up on stage. She's so grown though now. She is so grown.
Taller than me, I don't like it at all.
I mean,
I'm so happy that she was here, and Rumi, who's on the album, my youngest daughter, she was watching. I forgot to thank her, so I get to thank her now. Thank you, Rumi.
and can I also say you did so much for so many country artists like Rhiannon.
I was just very honored.
Can I ask, I'm not trying to be funny, she got a son, right? Because I only hear her talk about Blue Ivy and Rumi. Where is the son? Ain't that the one they made the drink after? The Sir drink or something like that? I don't ever hear her talk about that son. I don't ever even see the little boy. Oh, here she is with Sabrina Carpenter. Okay, Blue, mixing and mingling. I love that. She's so grown. And I one thing I like about Blue Ivy, she carries herself with respect. Very quiet girl. You don't see her out there acting all sassy and rude. And, you know, that Northwest needs some home training. She needs some home training. But I really like Blue Ivy. She's just, you know, a young girl doing her thing. She knows how to carry herself. Oh, was this the part? Okay, this is the part. You see how she's singing that part? Say Drake. That's so funny. Let me see. There's another one. Okay, that was her on stage. Yeah, I was really happy for Beyonce. She deserved that. Definitely happy for her. Let me see here. Now let's get on to Kanye West. What in the hell? Dismiss. I don't know who made this, but I was like, ooh, the internet has no chill. They done turned Dank the Moss into a cartoon called Lift. I'm like, who in the world I feel out when I seen that. So now let's talk about Kanye West. Let me go to my Instagram page. Is this my page? Yeah. Hold on. Okay, let's. Kanye West is a disgusting. Him and his wife, they're just disgusting. This is what this woman wore to the Grammys. Bianca Censori. At first, they said that they were escorted out. Then it came out that they were not escorted out. But the fact that she thought this was appropriate is disgusting. Let me see if I can't even post her pictures because she's literally naked. So now what's funny is that Kanye West called himself blasting Don Lemon. And so Don Lemon is going in on Bianca. So let's go ahead and listen to this real quick.
Kanye, Ye, whatever your name is. I did not start a rumor about you being kicked out of the Grammys. I actually corrected it. I saw someone on your team who asked me to correct it because it had been reported everywhere. So, first of all, get your shit straight. And you, of all people, calling me a coon? Negro, that Make America Great Again hat must be too tight on your head. First of all,
Child, I like this sassy Don Lemon. Okay, we see you. This is what Ye wrote. He says, this is the goofball that started the rumor that me and my wife got kicked out the Grammys. 3 decades of innovating music, and there's always coons like this. Okay. So now let me come on here. Kanye West, the only coon I see constantly on my timeline is you. And this is coming from somebody who was a big Kanye West fan. You and your wife are disgusting. First of all, for about 3 years, he basically grifted in the Christian community. He claimed to be a reborn again Christian, did the Donda 2 album. He was doing the Sunday services and, my children were Christian and Kim is doing too much sexual stuff and I don't like the way Kim dresses. Only for you to sit here and literally pimp your wife out to the highest bidder, because you can't tell me he's not pimping her out. You can't tell me everybody's not dicking her down. She has absolutely no respect for herself, and that outfit was disgusting. She should have been arrested. I don't want to hear that bullshit about fashion. Oh, you don't understand fashion, T. Bitch, I understand fashion, and that was not it. That was disgusting. It was lewd, and it was crude. And if that would have been a full black woman, if that would have been Sukiana, she wouldn't even made it past the gates. You could see her entire coochie. Do not tell me that that's fashion. She was not even wearing nude underwear. You could see her nipples. They were hard as hell. What she did to me, in my personal opinion, was grooming. That was grooming. She is sending out dog whistles to young girls that it is okay to carry yourself like that. You can literally wear nothing and there's no consequences to it. What she did was grooming. Why? Because there are children at the Grammys. There are children watching the Grammys. And I remember years ago when Janet Jackson by accident had a nipple slip. Remember? Justin Timberlake pulled her little thing and her nipple fell out. Janet damn near lost her career behind that nipple slip. She was ridiculed. She was dragged. She got all the backlash while Justin Timberlake was able to skate away and reinvent himself and everything else. Janet dropped Damita Joe and nobody copped it because of the Super Bowl drama. So she could get in trouble for an accidental nip slip. How is it that this white woman is able to walk up on the Grammys butt naked? I can see her coochie, the crack of her ass, her nipples. That is not fashion. That is pimping your wife out, and that is grooming young children. That is disgusting. So now it makes me think, does she dress like this around your daughter? Does she dress like this around your children because you had no problem with her showing my children her coochie? Is this how she dresses at home? Because if you're not allowing her to walk around St. West and Northwest and Chicago West and whatever the other one West's name is, don't do it in front of our kids. People need to start holding these celebrities accountable. This is the same man who claimed that he was for Jesus and, he was all about God. And now everything he does is pornographic. Everything he does is pimping out porn. There is nothing creative about that. And before you say, oh, T, you're reaching, there wasn't no kids there. One thing we do here is we keep receipts. There was a kid there. Let me pull this up. Y'all see this kid? And the kid, he did a double take. He came and peeked back around the corner. That is the wife. That is Kanye's wife. You can tell by her ass cheek. That is a kid. How is this not grooming? I can't post the pictures. Matter of fact, I tried to post the pictures in Discord, and Discord gave me a warning. Let me show y'all this. So for y'all trying to tell me, oh, you're reaching, it's not a big deal. Because, see, I don't play that in my Discord. I'm not DJ Academics. I don't let children in my Discord, and we don't talk about sexual shit. So when things are too provocative, my Discord will not allow you to post it. Because we don't roll with pedos. So when I went to go post this to talk about it to the adults in my Discord, let me share y'all what my Discord said. I had to airdrop it to myself, so just a second here. Damn, this airdrop taking forever. Okay, here it goes. Oh, why is it saying that it failed? Oh, no, it didn't fail. Here it goes. All right. Okay, let me show y'all what my Discord said when I try to post it. Hold on. Oop, wrong thing. Hold up. Right here. Discord says, your message cannot be sent. It may contain explicit media which has been blocked by the server. My server would not even let me send it. This woman is fully naked on the Grammy red carpet. That is grooming. And for people trying to say it's fashion and I'm just tripping and I'm old and I need to get a clue, whatever. Thank you. Blue Ivy was in the building. Blue Ivy is 13. That little boy, I don't know whose child that was. He was in the building. None of these children signed up to see Bianca Censori's puss or her ass cheeks or her nipples. They should have been arrested on site. That is grooming. If I pulled up dressed like that, I would have been arrested. If a man pulled up with his nuts in a see-through outfit, nobody would be excusing this. Nobody would be calling it fashion. You are not allowed to sit there in public and just freely show your private parts. There's a time and place for everything. If she wants to walk around in a sheer outfit at one of his parties, that's their business. But you came to the Grammys and you took that off knowing that you were naked. She did not have on any type of underwear. You could see her lips fully. And she did that on national television. But yet y'all want to act like when people say that the music industry is dark, demonic, and filled with pedophiles, we're reaching, we're conspiracy theorists, but you got Kanye West, who claimed to be about God a few years ago, literally ushering this bullshit in. So I wonder if he'd be okay with his daughter in a few years coming down the red carpet where we can see all her goods. Because Bianca is somebody's daughter. And even her father came out a year or two ago and was dragging Kanye West and was begging Kanye West to stop having his daughter being presented out here like a whore and a slut. Well, he didn't call her that. I'm calling her that. There was nothing cute about that outfit. So for him to now try and call Don Lemon a coon and say, you know, he's mad that Don Lemon spread a rumor that they were kicked out of the Grammys. Not only should you have been kicked out of the Grammys, you should have been arrested. You and your wife should have been arrested. If that was a black woman, nobody would have called it fashion. Even when Rihanna had that little, well, it wasn't really see-through, but that rhinestone dress. Remember all that controversy that caused? And she had on underwear. And the only reason why you could see like her nipples at the time was when people took a picture. It was the flash. And that caused a bunch of controversy. And Rihanna's outfit was artistic. It was beautiful. Yet people are making excuses for this Bianca lady. Disgusting. I refuse to make any excuses for her when I see pictures like this online with a child. That child looks like he's no older than 9 or 10 at the most. Let's stop excusing BS just because it's a celebrity or an oligarch or a billionaire. Have some morals. So I'm really disappointed in Ye. As a Kanye fan, I'm very disappointed. Because I was excited to see him. I saw the whole interaction with him and Kai Cenat. I thought it was cute. Kai was fanning out and everything else. I think I hit on everything. I've been on here for 2 hours. We got over 11,000 people in here. Shout out to y'all. Please hit the like button. If y'all enjoyed this stream, please hit the like button. Yeah, I'm not feeling it, and y'all are not gonna shame me into trying to, no, sorry. Not feeling it. That was disgusting. She should have been arrested for indecent exposure. Because again, if I walked out the house like that, I'd be arrested. You don't get to dress any way you want to dress, especially when there are children involved. When you have children who are watching the Grammys with their parents. Because again, Janet Jackson was raked over coals for years for an accidental nipple slip. We didn't see Janet Jackson's cooch. And then the nipple had something on it. It wasn't even like a whole nipple. She had like some type of sun jewel or something on there. She damn near lost her career. And yet you got people calling this fashion. I think not. Sad. Let me read these last few super chats, y'all, and I'm going to get up out of here. A mile a minute. Okay, I had to, it was all together. A mile a minute sent 10. Says, it's always DEI if a black person gets the job, but if it's merit or hard work, then it applies to white people. Yeah, I've been noticing that a lot lately. Look at, remember at the beginning of the year, on New Year's, remember that the man who went down there in New Orleans and started shooting? Remember when they were talking to the chief of police, and then the FBI lady that was with her was a black woman. She had her nose pierced. All them people on X were saying that she was a DEI hire simply because she had her nose pierced. Not that, God forbid she qualified for the position, but because she had her nose pierced and they were calling her a DEI hire. So it's definitely a dog whistle. And I've peeked. It's definitely a dog whistle. Because the lady, the chief of police, was an older white woman. Nobody called her a DEI hire. So it just goes to show you. Oh, somebody said that Babyface situation. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot about that. That was disgusting. And the AP should be ashamed. See, again, this is how they feel like it's okay to disrespect Black legends. Okay? Let me see if I can find that. It was the AP that did that. They should be fired. I don't care what anybody says. They should be fired. Let's go ahead and watch this real quick. It's on E! News. I was disgusted watching this. This is one of our legends. We always cry when these legends die. Give people their flowers while they're here to smell them. What she did was disgusting. And I'm not going to blame Chappell Roan. You know, I don't know a lot of Chappell Roan's music, but I loved her speech. Her speech made me want to go look up her music. I've been listening to, what is Pink Pony or something about a pink horse. I just really found out about her with this situation. But her music, from what I've listened to, is pretty good to me. So I'm going to try and listen to more of her music. So this is not to blame Chappell Roan, because she didn't know. She had nothing to do with that, because I see a lot of people dragging her. She didn't know. So let me go ahead. We're going to watch this real quick. This is what happened to Babyface. The disrespect needs to not be tolerated anymore. That's Chappell Roan right there.
Chappell.
You guys want to do that? Go do that.
Babyface is speaking out following his interview snub. After the legendary producer's interview with the Associated Press on the Grammys red carpet was interrupted in favor of Chappell Roan, the 65-year-old shares his reaction to the moment going viral while speaking to the paparazzi.
I guess you were being interviewed and Chappell Roan came up. How do you feel about that? They're saying that the interviewers were kind of like pushed you to the side, but okay. You're okay?
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a good night.
In the now viral clip, Babyface, whose real name is Kenneth Edmonds, was in the middle of formulating an answer to a question about current R&B stylings when one of the news reporters on the red carpet began calling out for Chappell, who was walking by.
Yes, I think it's interesting.
Chappell.
You guys want to do that? Go do that.
So sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Hello.
Later, the on-air reporters apologized amid the Associated Press Grammys live stream, and the news organization also issued another statement the following day, sharing to X, formerly Twitter, "We are deeply sorry for cutting our interview with Babyface short on our YouTube live stream of the Grammys red carpet. We have apologized to him through his representative and to our viewers on the live stream."
Shut your ass up. Don't be apologizing to him through his representative, Goofy. Y'all need to apologize to him in the same vicinity where he was disrespected. Don't apologize behind the scenes, bitch. Get up on camera and tell me that you're sorry. I thought that was just disgusting. And I get it. You know, Chappell Roan, I guess, is like the new hot thing. Somebody said it's called the Pink Pony Club. Thank you. That was the video I was watching earlier. And like I said, I didn't know a lot about her, but I really loved her speech, how she was saying that, you know, if she ever won a Grammy, that she would say that there needs to be fairness for artists. They need to be paid, you know, producers, writers. They need to be paid fairly. There needs to be health insurance. Like, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? That she took her moment to speak out for the whole industry. Because that's stuff that I've been talking about for years on this channel. So I'm really glad that somebody who's actually in the game, because I don't know how to sing. I be trying, but I can't. You know, got up there and said that to the Grammys. So respect to her for that. But what those interviewers did was disgusting. And the only reason why they decided to apologize was because of the swift black backlash, you know what I'm saying, from Black Twitter. People were dragging them. That was so disrespectful. You know, at any point in time, you could have, you know, had somebody grab Chappell and say, you know, just wait for a moment. And they're the AP, so it's not like Chappell wouldn't have came. Like, I could see if it was like a smaller, you know, if it was like Lovely TTV, like, who the hell is that? She probably would have walked by. But it's the AP, the Associated Press. She would have stayed and waited for her interview. So that was just like, you ask them a question and you just cut them off. But again, it just shows like there's such a lack of respect. Lack of respect for people. Lack of empathy. That was very embarrassing. This man is a legend. Hell, some of us were probably conceived to damn Babyface. Let's keep it real. You know, so for them to just cut him off and, you know, start shouting out somebody's name, that's insane. And I feel like they wouldn't have did that if it was like a younger artist, or, you know, if that was like Sabrina Carpenter, they wouldn't have did that. They would have finished the Sabrina Carpenter interview. If that was Taylor Swift, they wouldn't have did that. If that was Beyonce, because Beyonce transcends race, they wouldn't have did that. So that was very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. Now, oh yeah, the Michael Jackson tribute, that was trash. I don't know what, that was trash. You know, okay, I get it. Y'all are so mad at Chris Brown. Chris Brown should have did the tribute. Say what you want to say about Chris Brown, but Chris Brown got them coat kits. Chris Brown can dance his ass off. I don't know what the hell Janelle Monáe, I don't know what the hell she was doing. She looked at a mess. She was out of breath. It just wasn't funny. I thought it was like a spoof. I'm like, what is this? This is the tribute to, to Quincy Jones. I didn't like it. Michael Jackson, last time I checked, was a man. I didn't like it. I mean, I've seen Sierra do, the Michael Jackson, but Sierra's actually, she's a talented dancer. When Sierra did the tribute, she did a great job. I was not impressed. It was not funny. It was disrespectful, in my personal opinion. Then she got up on the table. Like, it was a joke. It was a joke. MJ deserved better. She needs to stick to singing. Because the dancing, then she tried to grab her crotch. I'm like, what is this? Then she was trying to jump in the air. She just looked out of shape and, not out of shape, out of breath. I'm like, what is this? I didn't like it. If you're going to do a tribute, do a tribute. And for all those people saying, because we were talking about this in Discord last night, we were watching the Grammys live, and people were like, well, they can't have Chris Brown there because of Beyonce and Jay-Z, because of the whole Rihanna situation. I get that, that happened. But, Jay-Z, your name been out here in these streets per Jaguar Wright. Because he looked hella relieved, like all that drama with Jaguar Wright, calling them a nasty little couple. I know he was relieved as hell that all that bullshit did not, prevent Queen Bee from receiving her award that she deserved. Because his name was out here in these streets bad. Oh, Jay-Z was relieved. Whew. Them dreadlocks was holding on for dear life. Hope she wins. I hope she wins. As soon as they called Beyonce's name, he was shocked. He was relieved because he's been involved in a lot of fuckery. So my thing is this. Alicia Keys won a Lifetime Award, and it was given, it was like a, Dr. Dre Lifetime Achievement Award. Last time I checked, Dr. Dre been whooping bitches' asses since I was a kid. If he can give out a Lifetime Achievement Award after beating D. Barnes, beating Michelle A., just beating all types of people, why can't Chris Brown perform? I'm just saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Y'all are literally giving out an award, a Dr. Dre award, to Alicia Keys, but Chris Brown can't perform Michael Jackson. Make it make sense. Shabuzi did a good job. I like this Shabuzi. I like Shabuzi anyways. I liked his performance. He did good. It was cute. His mom was in the audience. She had on a little country hat. I thought that was cute. Lady Gaga was crying when Beyonce won. I thought that was sweet. Taylor Swift be doing the most, child. Taylor, she's a bit too expressive for me. Where it comes off is fake. She always has her mouth wide open. She's always acting like she's in shock and awe. Girl, simmer down. You were probably here at the rehearsal. She's just always, she's holding up the glass to Kendrick. Janelle Monáe threw her the coat. She put it on and started, like, girl, she just be doing the most for me. I mean, I like her songs. She makes good music. Okay, we all love Bad Blood. She has a lot of songs I like. She just be doing the most. Her mouth is just always wide. She's always trying to look overly shocked. Girl, you know damn well you was here doing the rehearsal. Stop. And where her man been? She's still with Kelsey? Travis Kelsey, whatever. I ain't seen them together in a while. Don't tell me they not together. As much as they was focusing on the two of them during last year's Super Bowl. Where he been at? Somebody said she was drunk as fuck. She looked like she'd be low-key drinking her ass off. She was doing the most when Kendrick came out there with that little wine glass, and then she was trying to, they not like us. Did y'all see her dancing? Did they not like us? All stiff and shit. They not like us. They not like, I was like, girl. Taylor Swift, She's funny just watching her at awards show. She's funny. She be doing the most. She always got a shocked expression. She's always dancing all stiff and shit. But, you know, we love Taylor. We love you, sis. She's funny. She be cracking me up. Her mouth is always wide open. I be like, girl, close it for a fly in there. She's like, oh. Her mouth is always open, child. Like she don't know what's going on. Taylor is always extra. But she looked good, though. She looked real cute. She looked cute. Kendrick's homeboy. Did we figure out who that was who interrupted his speech the second time around when he won like Song of the Year? He got on my nerves. People said it was Schoolboy Q, but then other folks in the Discord had said it wasn't Schoolboy Q. It wasn't DJ Mustard. It was the one that was, because Kendrick was about to talk, and then he kind of like snatched the mic and was like, yeah, I want to shout out the West Coast, and my son, he's 6. I know he should be asleep right now, but he's up watching me at the Grammys. Sir, who are you? Give the microphone back to K-Dot. I don't recall him saying your name on the song. We all know DJ Mustard, you know, Mustard on the beat, Hope. Who was that? Can somebody tell me what Mustard? The one that grabbed the microphone. So nobody even knows his name, huh? I've been searching for the past 24 hours. Who was he? No, it wasn't Doechii. It was a guy. Somebody said it was just some part of his clique. He was doing too much. Soundwave? Is that his name? Oh, I thought y'all was saying something. I ain't never heard of this person. Child, let me Google. Do he rap or something? Who is he? He had me annoyed. You know I get annoyed easily. What did he do? American. Hold on, let me share my screen. His name is Soundwave. I ain't never heard of him. I'm like, okay, Kendrick is about to speak. This man telling us, oh yeah, my son's supposed to be in bed right now, but I know he up watching me. What? Give the microphone back to the person who won the award. This is him right here. Soundwave. Soundwave is an American record producer and songwriter, frequent collaborator of rapper Kendrick Lamar. Okay. All right, Soundwave. I'm glad y'all told me who he was because I was so confused. I'm like, who is this dude? Doing the most. But I get it. He was excited. They were representing the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely here for it. Did y'all peep messy ass Dr. Dre and Lucian Grange? Did y'all peep that high five? I said, I know Drake is somewhere mad as hell. Kendrick done won all these awards. And then you got Dre and Lucian Grange, honey, high-fiving each other for that song. All that ass-kissing, child. I fell out. And then you know what was so funny? Did y'all peep? Usually when, you know, artists walk up and they play their music, you know, it's like a little short walk. I felt like they timed Kendrick's walk. Like, don't get up right away. Because it almost seemed like people were kind of blocking him, too. Because, like, as he was getting up, it's like he's trying to dodge people and make his way towards the stage. And I felt like they did that. They made it longer so that part could play. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Probably trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor. And the whole Grammys sung that part. I felt like that was on purpose. Am I the only person who felt that way? Because as he was going up there, everybody was saying A minor, and then the song slowly started to turn off. I'm like, oh, they are messy. The fact that a beef song won all them Grammys is crazy. Like, that is some messy stuff, but I'm here for it. Drake deserves it. I don't feel bad for him at all, especially with this lawsuit. But yeah, that was funny because then they made sure to like show Beyonce and Blue Ivy. Beyonce's trying to be professional, you know. She's Beyonce, so you know she's just trying to, you know, she's like A minor. She's like trying to like bob to the song, so she's not trying to like mimic the words. Not Blue Ivy. She was like, "Say Drake, I heard you like him young." I said, "Even your own damn kids." Because you know she probably talked to Blue Ivy like, just, sit there stone face. Not Blue Ivy. She knew a bar for bar. I was cracking up. He won 5. He won 5 Grammys. Yep. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and head up out of here. Let me read a few more super chats. Let me see. Dr. Michelle sent 1999 says, Tina is trying to control the narrative. That Obama argument was debunked. It was a lie. The number one benefactor of DEI is a Caucasian woman. I can't with these protecting their daddies. He's the president and it happened on his dime. Thank you so much for that update, sis. Appreciate you. Lynette says, while there was a DEI initiative bill passed under Obama, Trump revised it in 2016 and fired a bunch of FAA chiefs. It's for the spreading opportunity. Thank you for that info as well. Quirky Circle says, Shriners, a sick Mexican child, charity, party after her surgery. Can we say a ritualistic sacrifice? Also, why are Boeing whistleblowers dying? Ooh-wee. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let me see here. I know I missed a few. Brianna Johnson sent $4.99. Says, hey, Auntie, this is my first super chat. I live for your point of view. You are my trusted news source. Have you heard of the Naziah Harris case? Any thoughts? We talked about it on my last live stream. So if you want to go back and hear my thoughts on that, you can. But I might be working on something concerning that soon. So I'll keep you guys posted. So thank you for the super chat, sis. Jersey Girl says, the only sound wave I know is from the Transformers. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Yeah, I ain't never heard of him. But he was doing the most on stage yesterday. Just talking, doing the most. I know Kendrick was like, bruh. Let's see here. 24K says, what's funny is that the interviewer treated Chappelle Roan the same way they treated Babyface. Chappelle would have cussed out the interviewer. That's true too. She sounds like she don't bite her tongue and she keeps it real. So, Babyface, he's an older guy, and then too, unfortunately, sometimes we got to watch when we snap. He's an older black man. Those are two, young white girls. It would have looked bad. Oh, this big black guy's yelling at it. So sometimes you just got to walk away, So he just took it on the chin and walked away. He's not going to stand around and let these two nincompoops disrespect him. So I respect him for just, being the bigger person and just saying, hey, you want to interview her? Be my guest. I'm out, So I'm sure there are going to be repercussions that they're probably not going to be able to interview again on the red carpet, because that was just disgusting. That was a disgusting display. Let's see here. Dark West says Drake has 5 Grammys total. K. Dot won 5 in one night. That's a good point. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. C. Cavalli sent $50. Says, I love the way you tackle these subjects. When undersigned in the military, I wanted to be an air traffic controller, but I was disqualified because I don't have 20/20 vision. Too much lies on the DEA. Happy you're using your voice for this. Thank you so much. See? Proof. Like I said, he was somebody who undersigned in the military. He wanted to work air traffic control, but he was automatically disqualified because he did not have 20/20 vision. So again, like I said earlier, they're not just bringing anybody over there just because they're black or just because they're native or because they're a woman. You have to have not only physical qualifications, But mental qualifications, you have to be able to understand the job, to be able to deal with stress. So don't let them hype you up with that DEI word. Don't let them hype you up too much with that. So thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate it. BG said you took me out with the Taylor Swift comment. Thank you. I just had to keep it real. I like Taylor, but she be doing the most at award shows. She's very entertaining. She does the most. Kirk Terrain Sim 499 says, "Hey Auntie, can you talk about the Tiffany Haynard Town Hall meeting bra?" Ooh, okay, let's hit on that before I go. Y'all don't want me to leave. Y'all want me to sit down here for 3 hours. Okay, let's hit on Tiffany real quick before I go, because I didn't get a chance to talk about it last week. Let me see if I can pull it up. This was crazy. Now, y'all remember I did a video on her months ago when she was supposed to resign. Okay. It was a huge brawl. I want to get the raw brawl, not necessarily the news one, because, you know, the news going to clip stuff. Okay, this one looks like the full interview.
Oh. Chaos erupting at a local.
Let me see if I can find it on TikTok, because I want y'all to hear what that disgusting man was saying to her. Okay, I might have to play 2 clips, but I want y'all to hear like the raw, like what he was saying to her. Damn, did they pull all these clips off of the internet? Because it was super viral not too long ago. Okay, here goes one from Hollywood Unlocked. So let's see. Hold on. Okay.
And we're gonna exchange your black for take a vote, and we're gonna exchange your black for Stephanie to be the new member of Army. So all those in favor say, all those against it say nay, all those in favor say aye. You go. Take a vote, and we're gonna
yeah, that's not the whole one. Like, he was really going off on her. Let me see if I can find it on X. He was like calling her all types of bitches, talking about her child. He was getting really nasty. That's why I want to like play it in its full context. Outside of like, you know, just her fighting. He said a lot. He said some fighting words basically. Let me see. We posted it. Let's see if we posted the whole thing, because I saw a longer clip. So let me see. All right, we posted it on Twitter as well.
We better take a vote, and we're gonna exchange your black for Stephanie to be the new member of Army. So all those in favor say, all those against it say nay, all those in favor say aye. You go.
So you see her run? Okay. Oh, we can't even be showing fights. But anyways, long story short, she ends up jumping in the fight as well. And they said it was her boyfriend who started the fight. I don't blame him. Now, we all know Tiffany is scandalous. She's done a lot to this poor county, the city of Dalton, or the village of Dalton. She's done a lot, but he was doing too much. Like, you can't get up there and just talk crazy to somebody. And you can tell Tiffany's hood as hell. You know, you're talking about her daughter. You're talking about how no man will ever marry her. Like, if you guys watch the full video, he drug her for like a good 2 minutes. A good 2 minutes. And then there's some people who told me that he's also an agent of chaos. He has done a lot of, like, he'll go to like different city hall meetings, and he just likes to cause a lot of mess to try and go viral. Some people said that. So I think her boyfriend, you know, he defended his woman. Like, you think you about to just talk to her crazy and call her all types of bitches? So they jumped him. And then Tiffany jumped in, you know. Me personally, I don't like jumping into fights when guys are fighting, because I'm a female. I'm not trying to get hit in the face. So I would have just sat there cute. And you know what I'm saying? I would have sipped my water bottle and, you know, watch chaos ensue. I'm just saying, I'm not taking a fist to the face. Okay? My man is handling his business as he should. And I'm not jumping in that shit. So I thought it was funny, the fact that she jumped in there. She was swinging. She was throwing them things. I just don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to jump into fights when men are fighting, because when men fight, they go crazy and they're punching and they don't know who they're punching. And I don't want to get punched in the back of the head. So I would have sat in my chair, you know, just been in my feminine era and sip my water and enjoyed the shit show. But I'm not mad at a fight breaking out, because the stuff he said to her was extremely disrespectful. And I don't care what anybody says. He wouldn't have said that if he would not have talked like that to a corrupt white female mayor. He wouldn't have. Or a corrupt white male mayor. He wouldn't have. He felt comfortable talking to her like that and talking about her crazy like that because she was a black woman. And again, this is not excusing Tiffany. Tiffany should be arrested. She's done a lot. So y'all know I broke down videos on Tiffany. This is not to excuse her. We all know she doesn't know how to run the village of Dalton. We've been saying this for the past 2 years. But him like going in on her marital status, her child, like, come on. He was doing a bit too much. He was feeling himself. And real men are going to check you. And that's what happened. He got checked by real men. So I don't feel bad for him. Talk shit, get hit. Next. Yeah, she needs to be in jail. Yeah, we're not excusing her. Tiffany, do not go to do not collect no money, go straight to jail. She needs to be locked up. I was surprised to see that they're still having these meetings. When is the city of Dalton going to be tired? Y'all keep having these meetings. Ain't nothing changing. So they got to be tired. And obviously they're not tired. Yeah, we can keep it real. Tiffany was definitely a DEI hire. I will own that. She had no business being the mayor of anything. At all. She reminds me of Principal Ava on, what is that? The elementary school. Damn, that's my show. I see everybody. Why can I think of the show? Y'all got to write it in the chat. Y'all know I got a brain fog. That is my show. That's who she reminds me of, is the principal on that show. That's exactly how she behaves. And I don't think the principal, you know, knows how to be a principal either. She's funny, though. She's super funny. But yeah, I definitely think Tiffany was definitely a DEI hire. Abbott Elementary, that's what it is. It took a while for it to come up on my screen. Abbott Elementary. That is my show. That's who she reminds me of. The principal from Abbott Elementary. So, yeah, Tiffany needs to go to jail. She's stolen a lot from her own people. She's done a lot of dirt. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to, you know, right is right, wrong is wrong. She's definitely wrong. But I'm not going to co-sign this man talking to her like that, you know, for attention or trying to go viral. Whatever he was thinking. And I respect those dudes for, you know, holding her down and saying, no, you're not just about to just disrespect, You know, it's one thing you have your opinion, you're upset, you know, you spent the town's money, or, you know, you're not a good mayor, cool. But all the, you know, calling her bitches and all, like, he wouldn't have said that if that was a man. I mean, he damn sure wouldn't have talked like that if that was a white person in that same position. Because let's not act like there haven't been a lot of, you know, corrupt white mayors and white governors. And I've never seen him in any of those town hall meetings acting like that. So, all right, you guys. So those are my thoughts on everything. I think we got the last 3 days covered. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I really appreciate y'all's patience and, you know, just allow me to get through all the information that I gathered. I hope you guys learned a lot. You know, again, don't be so on one side or another. Do your research. Understand there's a lot of lies being told. So definitely do your research, do your due diligence. Don't just believe what's being said in the media or on Twitter or on Instagram, on TikTok, you know. Always do your own research. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I got everything. Oh, okay. Ransack says, hey, T, I know this is off topic, but I wanted to know if you finished From, because I remember you were talking about it. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so before I go, I told you, y'all don't want me to leave. I am on season 3 of From. I'm on episode 7. When I tell you I love that show so much, I'm scared to finish it. I have about 3 more, because I think it's 10 episodes fully. I went to Google the other day because I'm like, well, is there a season 4? It says season 4 is not going to be shot until 2026. So I'm like, damn. So now I'm like scared to finish it because I'm like, what am I going to do when it's over? I've watched up to the 3rd season. It is such a good show. It really is. I'm still trying to figure out what these monsters are. I don't get it. Are they from the 1950s? Are they demons? Are they aliens? Why is everybody in this place? And I feel like we're no closer to the answer. You know, and then old boy's daddy's there now. It's a lot. I don't want to spoil it for anybody watching, but it's a really good show. I really love From. So I think once I do get done binge watching that, I'm going to find something else. People have been telling me to watch Lost. They said that Lost is very similar to From. I never watched Lost, so I might watch it now that I watched From. But From is crazy. That is a crazy show. But yeah, I'm like scared to finish it. I wanted to watch it this weekend while I was sick. But I'm like, damn, if I finish it, what am I going to watch? But I'm going to finish it soon because I want to know what happens. But I'm on episode 7. It's a really, really good show. So thank you. I appreciate it. So you guys, I'm about to go ahead and head up out of here. Last thing, Discorders. I said at the beginning of the stream, if you didn't switch over, you're not going to have access to the Discord. So, you know, make sure you get that figured out. I will be opening up the Discord sometime this week. It's Monday. So stay tuned for when I do open that up. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Love you guys. Stay safe. Stay prayed up. It's going to be a lot more to come in 2025. We're just not hitting February. It's a lot more to come. So definitely stay prayed up. And I'll talk to y'all later.